Hello, and welcome back to Roll4It on Sunday. We'll be playing some Buffy the Vampire Slayer with our Layla the Vampire Slayer show, but sans Layla and also sans Imogen, as unfortunately both Maggie and sadly Lauren are actually at PAX because they're all important people and we're not, apparently. Well, we're also the other side of the Atlantic, which is, you know, a big difference. But we do have two lovely replacements. We have got Anna and Joshua both filling in today, so this is going to be interesting. You might notice that they are wearing a different outfit because they come from a different school, as you'll soon find out. A less good school. But yeah, thank you. You should be sorry. Punching the microphone during my intro. Oh. So, right, we've got a number of announcements today, so I'm just going to dive straight into the announcements, and then we'll talk about our guests a little bit, and then we'll get started, shall we? So, to begin with, we have some changes coming up to Patreon. If you go to, like, I'm sure the link will be posted by the mods in chat relatively soon. We've got a whole load of changes coming to the Patreon tiering system, effectively trying to give you more stuff more regularly and trying to tweak the Patreon a bit because it's been a bit neglected so far, and basically trying to get you better quality stuff. So, we're also taking feedback on that. That should be taking effect 1st of October. So please have like a look and give me any feedback you have. Like just post it on the Patreon, on Twitter, on the Discord. So definitely try to get some feedback on that from people. But there is a load of new stuff there. We also have the next show has been announced. The one will be running on Fridays, which will be starting on the 15th at I believe 6 p.m. UK 10 a.m. That is right, isn't it?
Probably.
Excellent. Probably. If it isn't right, we'll post on Twitter later. But that will be Star Trek Adventures, which will be the Star Trek Adventures system. It will be called Star Trek Revelation. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got another GM. I'm not GMing it, which that's going to be interesting. I might cosplay a Tellarite. So like big bushy eyebrows, beard. It's going to be amazing. That'll be a load of fun. We've got some guests we'll be announcing in relatively short order. I believe we've got like character creation tomorrow, so we'll start letting you know about what the hell we've come up with then. Both Bentham and Josh are going to be on it, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Right, ooh, we also have on the agenda for today, people, we've been around for a while now, we still don't have a name for our community. We need one, and that's not Roller or something like that, because that just means you're a gambling addict. Which, you know, probably not the right thing to associate. So if you have any ideas for what the Roll4It community or whatever could be called...
Well, you could just do one L. Make it a pun. Rollers. With one L.
No.
You missed me. You know it.
You're fired already! Which, yeah, so definitely let us know in the Discord or on Twitter or whatever if you've got any ideas about that. Or, you know, the subreddit, which will exist. But now we're going to go very quickly into who our guests are today. I think since she decided to blurt out without putting her hand up, which is a cardinal sin. Anna, who are you and why the hell are you here?
I am Anna Geeks, formerly the horrible, horrible name that I used to have. Which was Leet Speak, which is fitting for this show. I am a variety broadcaster, and I am also now the CEO and chair of a nonprofit Twitch studio, well, online broadcasting studio called Geek Space TV. You may have heard of it from Lauren because she will be jamming a show for us.
Sweet. And
that's what I got.
Joshua.
Hi, I do the web show Really Freaking Clever and 64 Things Wrong With on YouTube. I also do some streaming here on Twitch under Really Freaking Clever. And yeah, I trick people into thinking I'm funny.
I don't know, I kind of got down a rabbit hole with some of your 64 things the other day. I was like, oh, I'll just watch 4 of them. No.
Thank you.
God damn it. So yeah, you should definitely go check them out, but not right now because you're watching the show, but maybe afterwards or during the break. So, the normal spiel intro, I think you probably heard this before, is, you know, this show's mostly entirely supported by Patreon. So, if you want to go help support the show, help us pay our cast, who can then feed their cats and miscellaneous pets, go support the show over on Patreon. There are a load of things you get for supporting the show, including things like after shows and character sheets and GM things. I think one went up recently with all the previous, like, antagonists and stuff on Layla the Vampire Slayer, so you've got, like, stats for all the people so far. And there will be a load of changes coming, so there'll be even more stuff going on and rewards and stuff. So if you're into actually getting stuff and supporting an amazing show, you should totally support us. You can also support us by tips, bits, or if you want, Twitch subs, which will allow you to spam emotes in the chat. So that's a thing you can do. Okay, I think we're in a good place to get started. Is there anything I've missed, anyone? I take that as a no.
Good.
Good. Awesome. Right, so about a week has passed since the last episode of Layla the Vampire Slayer, and you have been selected from your respective schools, St. Thomas Hall and also Greater Rosewater Comprehensive, with your black and green outfit, to represent your schools in a inter-secondary school quiz championship taking place across the UK, hosted by Bruce Periwinkle, the well-respected and quite extravagant comedian, sort of aiming at that sort of younger demographic. It's been funded and set up by Julian Cranston, the somewhat elusive, but somewhat eccentric as well, billionaire who basically funds a lot of random projects across the UK, including a lot of things to do with learning and also to do with education. It's taking place at the Alexandria, a hotel/convention center which is state-of-the-art and operated by computers, which in 97, of course, is kind of a big thing. Now, not so much, but in 97 it's a big thing. And you've been invited down to go and participate. Each of you are only half of your quiz teams. There are 2 other people with each of your quiz teams, but people like Barnaby have been picked because of their knowledge of sport, whereas people like Robert have been picked for, well, just their intelligence. Either way, there is a fully well-rounded selection of people. Unfortunately, Imogen couldn't come because she's got the flu this week. Layla couldn't come because, quite frankly, she's not that intelligent. Don't tell her I said that, she will murder me.
She's gonna punch you with a strength 9 punch, and
that would kill me
no
instantly.
more GMing.
That would kill. Yeah, no, I would be dead. So we open on the coach down as emergency services go past you, streaming down the motorway. Apparently, you see smoke in the distance. Roll for initiative. No.
We're gonna fight a fire engine now.
I actually smell smoke too, and the sirens weren't in my area.
That's a lot of smoke.
I'm sorry, role playing's illegal in Toronto. I forgot.
Yeah, if you're watching from Canada, this never happened. Anyway, so yeah, basically you'd probably got the bus down together since you come from basically adjacent towns, and you'd probably shared a little minibus. So you're probably about 20 minutes from London now and getting into the Alexandria. And you've been having to endure each other's company for a little while. At which point, your librarian from Tom Huel, Penrose, leans back and says, "Oh, we're nearly there. Just 20 more minutes in this traffic." Yes, Barnaby.
Go faster.
Barnaby, this is London. The traffic is solid here.
Ugh, whatever. So anyway, I was like barreling down the right-hand side, and this guy came up to me. He was like running up, and then I just handed him off, and he bounced all the way across the field. It was amazing. And that's how we won all of the rugby.
Are you explaining
Is he saying this to me?
Yeah,
I'm saying it to anyone who will listen.
Okay, there is...
Jane is... I was just going to say, Jane is basically in whatever is closest to a corner that she can find, slouched down as far as she can with her laptop open.
I can't imagine that's the same for both you and Robert, both in the individual back corners.
Yeah. I'm just reading something. I'm like, yeah, I know I was there, and I just carry on.
I don't even have to pretend to not be listening because I am fast asleep.
This thing is so heavy.
Oh dear! You got your full heavy old-fashioned laptop. Oh my god!
Is that actually
My god, it's got a
90s?
handle. That's amazing.
1996.
Wow. There we go. Actual prop.
Don't
you could
ask
probably
why
beat
we
someone
have
to
it,
death
because I don't know.
You know, home invaders, you just bash them to death with it. It's fine.
Well, surely for Minesweeper, right?
Pretty sure I have other things to take care of that with.
True. Well,
Both
meanwhile,
in and out of character.
meanwhile, Barnaby, as you explain this, you do notice that Janet, who is one of the other people on your team, is sitting relatively close to you considering your status, is kind of listening with rapt attention. Oh, that's fascinating. Did you win?
Of course. Yeah, we were amazing. It's going to continue for the whole year. And hopefully no one dies.
That does happen a lot.
But it's going to be fine this year.
Yeah, totally. We're nearly there. Make sure you... Someone wake Gabriel up. He's asleep. Again.
Who's that?
The one who's asleep, Barnaby.
Oh! I just kind of nudge him on the shoulder, like, forcefully.
Hey.
Yo, wake up. We're almost here.
Oh, thank God.
You've been looking forward to this or something?
No. I kind of got forced into this, but it's cool. It's cool. It's gonna be a good time. Just please get me off this bus.
So boring in here, right?
Oh yeah. Lots of super interesting stories being told.
I know. At least I'm here to kind of pick you up. Don't worry, I've got plenty more where that came from.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want to hear about the time where the cricket team and the rugby team both went into town?
What happened? Was there a conflict there because of this?
Well, Tom was going out with this girl, and then Fred was like, "Oh no, you don't," because like I think they all fancied each other. It was a real like love triangle. I don't know what that's like, but it must be pretty weird.
That sounds complicated. 3 sides and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I hope that comes up in the quiz. I'll ace it.
Triangles. You hope triangles come up in the quiz, like complicated triangles or just
Well,
triangle?
you know, I know everything about triangles. It's like 3 sides, you're done.
Yeah.
I better raise from me. I don't move. Just
You're not wrong.
Exactly. And that's why we're going to win the quiz and you're going to lose the quiz.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, I see how this is. That's good.
I'm sorry, I just thought it would be fun to do some smack talk, but no, that's fine.
It's okay. I hope you live up to it, dude.
We're there. Make sure you've got your bags with you. As he says that, the minibus pulls up in front of what can only be described as some strange concoction of glass and steel, towering up at least 15 floors from what you can see. This building looks very new and very unblemished at this stage. Surrounding it at the front seem to be a small gaggle of students of all descriptions wearing all types of school uniforms. Mishmash of colors in there. Obviously, everyone's just waiting for someone to announce where they're meant to be going. As you step off, grabbing your bags, you do notice a few people kind of trying to shepherd them. Obviously, the adults who are from whichever school, trying to just keep them in order. But at this stage, it looks like they've been there for a little while, and they're not really doing a very good job of it, as enough students in one place is kind of like a problematic issue, because exponentially they get more rowdy. Penrose kind of looks back at you and says, I'm going to park the bus away. I'm sure you will be fine on your own for now.
Okay, see you later.
Yes, Barnaby, you probably shouldn't be in charge. I heard about what happened last time. The rugby team went out for Nando's. Robert, you can be in charge.
No one's supposed to know about that.
Okay, sir.
Damn it.
I'm busy looking at this cool building.
With that, he pulls away and takes the minibus around the corner. You're left with yourselves, Jane and Gabe, along with 2 other students from each of your schools. So there's 8 of you in total.
Right, where are we supposed to go?
Is there,
Around for
like,
the entrance, I
a
guess.
hotel? Do we get a dorm? What's the plan here?
I think we're just supposed to mill about.
I love a
Everyone
good
else.
meal.
I think we should take some initiative. Maybe this is part of the quiz.
I don't think the quiz has started yet.
Hmm.
It's like a proper quiz. There's like a presenter and stuff.
No, I like what this guy is saying. We gotta do something.
I don't see any cameras around.
And at this
Or
stage,
like anyone.
you notice that the front door opens with a very nice, soft shh sound of a very well-oiled front door. And out steps what can only be described as a vision of gaudy fabric, wearing reflective blue, kind of almost like sparkly suit, a bright pink shirt with a very gaudy red tie with a tie clip on. Steps Bruce Periwinkle, the beloved children's entertainer. Okay, everybody, are we ready for some quiz?
Well,
guess
that'll
so.
make it easier to blend in.
Yes, quiz it up. Woo!
That's at least one person. Excellent. Welcome to the Brain Olympics, hosted here at the Alexandria by, of course, our illustrious host, Julian Cranston. We will be just 1 second while we sort out some of the interior design. They're just moving a few of these statues around they managed to get from the original Library of Alexandria, which of course burned down a long time ago. Luckily, we have state-of-the-art systems, including fire suppression, so that is no issue to worry about. Of course, we will be televising events inside, so as soon as you step inside, make sure you are on your best behavior. Yep. Put that student down over there. No. Anyway, you'll be able to sleep here. We have some rooms upstairs. This is a hotel/conference area, and we'll be shooting it over the course of the next 2 days of the weekend. So you are welcome to use the minibars, etc. We have removed all of the alcoholic beverages for legal reasons. Last time it didn't go so well. And then you will find that you've got a sheet in each of your rooms which says which times you're needed for filming. Other than that, you are able to do whatever you want. We ask that you try to remain in the vicinity in case we need to call you back for more pre-shoots. Any questions? Anyone?
I really loved him on that gun show.
Yes, the odd-looking misfit.
Just could I get an autograph, or is that later?
Well, we can talk to my people. We'll see what we can do. And he looks to the side where this dark-haired woman is standing with kind of sort of coal-black skin, who looks just very depressed at the moment, like she just doesn't like doing this job. Talk to me later.
Will do. Thank you.
At that point, he just heads back in, the doors stay open, and a number of staff appear, basically with sheets, and start marking people off as they start queuing up to enter. Which, for a number of students who aren't particularly well organized, doesn't consist of a queue so much as a rabble.
Just gonna push
I
to the
neaten
front.
up my already perfectly neat uniform before I go in.
Okay. Barnaby, you're pushing to the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna grab the other 3 and just like, come on, let's get this done.
The
Push
3
to
from
the
your
front.
school, or the 3 PCs?
Oh,
Because there's 8 of you in
okay.
total.
So the NPCs
Grab the
and
3
PCs.
from your school, and I'll grab the 3 from my school. Because we're rivals.
Okay.
There's no way I'm letting you guys go through first.
Well, in that
Okay.
case, it's a race.
Uh-oh.
In which case, I would like all of the PCs to either make acrobatics or strength.
I was hoping you'd say initiative.
Okay, you want to do this as a proper race? Fine, everybody roll me initiative. Let's see who goes first. For the purpose of this, I'll assume the NPCs follow you wherever you get to.
Oh dear.
Okay, we've got Rob on 10,
10's
Barnaby on
all right.
11, Jane on 8.
Oh god, how do I do this?
Oh, so your initiative will be 1d10 plus your
It's on-
dex modifier.
Okay.
On your character sheet, it's under useful information.
There we go.
I don't. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. That was
Okay.
not actually accurate because there was no 0 under the plus bonus, so it didn't calculate mine right.
Ah, yeah, yours should be 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't put a 0
Oh,
in, then
no.
the character sheet defaults to a kind of a fault, and the null element kind of breaks it.
Yeah.
Okay. But there we go.
So that would
Oh.
be 10,
Oh.
11, and 11 and 12 for the teams respectively. That does mean that Greater Rosewater Comprehensive are going first. So Barnaby, as you look around and realize, yeah, you do actually have 2 girls with you who are also representing the school, and you have to somehow get them through the crowd. And it takes a little while to go through your brain because, to be honest, you're not the quickest. Jane grabs Gabe and the 2 blokes from her school and instantly heads off towards the crowd. Gabe, Jane, how are you getting through the crowd? Are you trying to push your way through, or are you trying to acrobatically sort of slip through?
Acrobatics-y sort of slip through.
Yeah, because I'm also trying to not have anyone see me that would be not into my whole tie situation. So I'm just keeping my head down, slipping through people.
And I'm trying to part the crowd.
Okay, so if you can roll me acrobatics, Jane, and Gabe, if you can roll me crime. Both of those are dex.
Ooh.
Wow. I hate virtual dice. I hate them so much.
Oh.
Oh.
So, Jane, you get 1 success. You do manage to slip through a little bit, but the crowd is getting pretty tight as people are desperate to get inside the building with its nice air conditioning. Nonetheless, unfortunately, Gabe tries to not be seen and unfortunately catches the eye of one of the teachers nearby from a different school who looks over at him and sort of goes... sort of motions the
Condition,
tie,
but
and
yeah.
it does slow you down. So that's 1 success total for your team. Meanwhile, Barnaby and Bobbert. Barnaby, you're pushing through?
No.
No.
Barnaby has an idea.
Okay.
He's going to just say, "Excuse me, children," and pretend to be a teacher, like from behind them. So they're like, "Oh," and then he's like, "Move out the way, children."
Make
and then-
a willpower influence to try and forcefully command them.
Kapow!
That would be a 7 for anyone listening via the MP3. Do you want to use a drama point?
You know what? I'm gonna burn a drama point. I'm not letting Greater
a 17.
Rosewater win this.
So that's what, 5 successes or 4?
It's 5.
5.
Anymore.
That's very
Can
successful.
you explain how the drama point affected?
Oh yeah.
So a drama
That-
point can add +10 to any one roll by losing a drama point. So Barnaby loses a drama point but gets +10, which changes a 7 to a 17, which is 5 successes. So as Barnaby says, "Move aside, children," all of the students in front of you, they're not sure if they believe you or not, but something about that voice, something about that peer pressure, something about the very essence of your leadership nature just makes them kind of look, but also at the same time, they shuffle back a couple of steps, and the small gap does appear, and as that gap appears, you dash for it. Rob, Barnaby, both make me, I would say a flat strength and acrobatics, or dex and acrobatics, just to see how quickly you can take advantage of the situation before it closes up again.
All right. 7.
Rob is just trying to grab all his belongings and bags and so on and make sure everything's got picked up.
Also, I'm not at all happy with this as he like charges ahead. I'm like, what are you doing? We could just wait in the.
I'm just gonna grab him and just
Okay, I
grab
need
onto
to
the
combat
ones
music
behind
on.
you.
Need combat music for this. There we go.
I'm going to
Barnaby,
grab
what did
him
you
by the
get?
tie.
16. Wow, 4 successes. Yeah, Barnaby, you actually physically like lift Rob a few inches off the ground for a good few meters, as the lasses behind you sort of grab their stuff and chase after you. You managed to get really far into the crowd, so that's a total of 9 successes so far versus Greta Rosewater's 1. Greta Rosewater, you notice as Barnaby and Rob and the 2 lasses, one of whom you know is called Janet, rush past you in the crowd.
Damn it, Janet.
Jane, Gabe, what are you doing?
So, go ahead.
You go first. I hadn't.
I was just going to ask what the situation looks like for us right now.
Yeah.
It looks like the crowd's kind of filling back in where they parted, but they've definitely got a lot further ahead. They are probably halfway to the door now, and you're still in the fringes.
I'm not too worried about them getting in first. I was kind of just following Jane's lead. But it's still like a bit annoyed because I did have that interaction with Barnaby earlier.
I look for a side door.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, they're taking attendance at the door.
Yeah, there's
So
signing
that
people
won't
in.
really work. Yeah, that won't really work.
It does look they're signing people in on laptops, if that helps.
No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay, so how are you going to try and get to the door? Are you going to concede defeat?
Is there, aside from Barnaby, a large brutish fellow around?
Roll a perception plus notice check.
I'll figure that out in a second. Sorry. Perception plus notice plus bonus of 0. Okay. 9.
You see one bloke nearby who looks a little bit bigger than... maybe not as big as Barnaby, but certainly one of the bigger ones nearby. He notices you looking, and because you're very hot, let's just put it that way. Can I help you?
I need to get to the front, and quickly, with my friends. Can you help?
Make a willpower influence plus 3 for your... No, is your attractiveness 4 or 3?
4.
Plus 4! Yeah, Barnaby,
So,
you will have noted that she is very hot, but she has been in the back of the coach, so...
Yeah, no chance to put my moves on you.
So what is it?
So
Sorry.
it'll be a willpower plus influence plus 4.
Sorry, roll. I don't see it on the sheet to do that, so...
Yeah, so if you want to use the macro, or you can just type it in.
D10 plus willpower plus
Influence plus 4.
plus influence plus 4. Okay, influence is 0. Sorry. 4. 13.
That's 3 successes. 3 successes is enough. He looks at you and goes, alright. Move aside, move aside. He's gonna roll a strength check for you then. His strength is 4. He is on the weightlifting team, so he would, I'd say he'd have a bonus to that. And you are very attractive, and you did get 3 successes. He's going to use his drama point that he was saving up for the quiz to get 25 on the roll. This is what you get for being attractive. Barnaby hasn't used it as much recently.
I don't like to flaunt my looks, okay?
Right, so that's 25, which is 7 successes. Jane, Gabe, you don't even need to roll, as you quite quickly are very much closer to the front. You actually do overtake Barnaby and Rob, having successfully got a total of... I'll add your total on that success, which was 3, so that's 10. You make it further forwards than the team from Tom Huel as you get almost to the door. You're probably only about 4.5 meters away, whereas they're more like 5.5. So, Barnaby, you notice Jane. What do you look like actually? Gabe, what do you look like as you sprint past now actually in a proper light outside rather than being in a cramped bus?
Bit tall, black hair, very attractive.
Shorter than Jane, a bit scruffy, a bit like kind of twitchy looking, but a little bit handsome, little bit. So
Barnaby, you notice a slightly handsome, scruffy lad go past, being kind of icebreakered by this kind of larger dude in front, although not as big as you. And then you are very much, because of who you are, distracted by a vision of velvet black hair, ivory skin, wearing a green tie, perfectly done up, which contrasts with her eyes. And you kind of forget what you're doing for a moment, and then you're like, oh yeah, wait, we're racing them. You're
Right.
up.
I pop my head above the crowd and I'm like, those cheeky, god damn!
And I'm like, what are you
Rob.
doing? You're embarrassing the school. What's happening?
Just let's get to the front. Come on.
Fine. Gonna get in trouble though.
Are you going
He
to
Yes.
push?
drags me along still.
Okay.
Huh?
Are you pushing then?
Yeah, I don't care if I bowl some people over.
Okay, that's a full-on sports plus strength for you. And
Yeah, it
Rob,
is. Yeah, it is.
Rob, are you trying to follow through in his wake?
Yeah.
Acrobatics then.
All right. 5. I'm not good at this.
Oh. Yeah,
Lost
Barnaby, you've got how many successes there? 4?
Mm-hmm.
You do overtake Greater Rosewater. You're now about 2.5 meters. Actually, a little bit. 3.5 meters from the door. But you didn't make as much room as you wanted because the larger guy, who was kind of acting as an icebreaker for Greater Rosewater, sees you coming and steps out to block you. And then looks to the woman with the beautiful black hair and says, I'll drink later.
I'm
he gets
going
out.
to distract him and just go, I'm not going to flirt with him, but I am going to go, oh, hey, dude, you're on the weightlifting team of blah, 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 Mills High School, right?
Make a influence willpower.
I'm gonna try and slow them down.
Versus the number of successes that Jane has over him, effectively, because you're trying to reduce Jane's.
So that was an 11, and I don't remember what Jane got.
She got 4 successes, so you reduce her 4 successes to 2. He's a little bit distracted, but unfortunately, he's still very much no woman, beautiful lady, black hair. Sorry, teenagers, one-track mind. So, Greater Rosewater.
All I do is turn to Barnaby and say, ladies first, and go.
I'm with the lady, so I'm second.
Okay, so if you're just gonna go, do you want the guy to come with you to ice break some more? Or you're just gonna leave it? You're gonna heel turn and
No,
go.
I'll just leave it at that point.
Okay. Then make an acrobatics, or you can make a dex crime if you want to slip. If you want to kind of sneak.
I think it would be the same roll for me.
Okay. 3
12.
successes.
2 successes.
Okay. And
As you
Gabe.
turn, you just get a. Just remember, I let you win.
Which roll do I do again?
Either acrobatics, dex acrobatics, or you can do dex crime.
Okay. 6 or 13.
So that's also 3. So in total, you've got 6 successes between you two. 5 successes, which is enough by 1 success. Jane, you can have a drama point for that line there. As you make it to the door a few meters before Barnaby and Rob catch up, a little bit out of breath from pushing through. Well, Rob a lot more out of breath than Barnaby. As the woman at the door goes, Jane and Gabriel and Tim
Blah, blah, blah,
and
blah,
Juliet, yep. We have you on the... here are your room keys, and she hands you these little, like, plastic cards with magnet strips down the back. On the front of the card, you'll see a depiction of where your room is. You should be able to find it. The timesheets are already in your room. If you have any questions, you can access the terminals in your rooms that should have full access to the schedule. Any questions?
No, thank you.
When's lunch?
Go.
12:30.
Okay, great. I follow Jane.
Okay. Barnaby, Robert, Janet, and... Oh, someone's standing in for Imogen. What's your name? Sorry? Violet. Okay, Violet. Sure. And she hands you out keys as well. After Jane and Gabriel both walk inside, looking back towards you and flicking a smile of, yeah, we won.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the lady, just take my key and like staring down the others.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes.
We're fine.
Where are their roofs?
You won't know. You wouldn't be able to see the card keys as they're handing over, and the depiction of where the room is and the number is actually on the back of the card key, so you wouldn't be able to see.
Damn it.
Rob?
We're fine, thank you. And I take my key and set off with Barnaby.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm like, we're supposed to be representing the school. We're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, and we can't do that if we lose. We've got to set a good example. We've got to win. Isn't that right?
You got to
Violet?
not queue jump.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Whatever Barnaby says.
Just don't make a fool of us all.
Well, it's a bit late for that. We lost.
Okay.
And I guess we'll just make our way to our rooms.
You head towards the lifts as you notice the lift in front of you closes. Jane, Gabe, and the two others from Greater Rosewater standing there, black jackets, green ties, smiling as the last lift goes up.
Oh my god! Rob, hurry up.
Are you going to take the stairs, or are you going to just wait for the lift?
I'm going to take the stairs.
When I see him do that, I'm like, oh, and I follow him up.
Okay, Violet and Janet follow you up as well. Which is a good time to then switch to the team from Greater Rosewater, because that's going to be a long journey. Jane, Gabe, you step out on the 12th floor. You notice it's very much like a hotel, but this one is brand new. Like, everything has a new carpet smell, slightly new paint smell. All the furniture is immaculately well polished. Most of it is in glass and chrome. The entire thing looks very state-of-the-art for 97. If there is any wood, it tends to be sort of a synthetic alternative and kind of plasticky when you actually get close, but most of that's used for finishing in some places. As you get to your rooms, you notice that they're all card key accessible, and all the lighting around here is in fluorescent strips rather than actual, like, you know, old-fashioned incandescent bulbs. Each room has a computer terminal in it, which you can ask basic questions to via command line, and it will give you images about layouts, it will give you timetables, and everything else. Also, the temperature in your room is, like, personally adjustable via AC. The beds also have a slight, like, massaging system in them that you can tweak. They're basically the entire room, anything that could be controlled by a computer in 97 is. This is pushing the limits of state of the art at the time, and it is quite impressive.
This is real nice of them to give us a Star Trek spaceship to live in for a weekend. That's neat. I'm just trying to make idle conversation with Jane.
And Jane is pointedly ignoring him. Like she does.
Tim kind of pipes up and goes, "It's quite nice. I do like it. It's fancy. I mean, I don't really understand the computers because I never was any good at IT. That's why we got Jane here. But I don't know."
Do we
I
get to stay longer if we win? Is that a thing? I don't actually know how this works.
Yeah.
You could
I
ask
don't-
the computer.
Out of character, I don't either. What do we get if we win?
Not really anything much. I imagine you get like a gift certificate for books or something, because it's a crappy like secondary school quiz.
Yeah.
While everyone's looking at the computer, I decide to claim the bed by the window.
Okay.
Well,
Jane,
presumably there are 2 separate rooms for
yeah, Jane, you'd be in a separate room.
97. Yeah.
Yeah. And so as you do that and you're settling into your rooms, anything you want to do? Because the other team are going to take their while to walk up 10 flights of stairs.
I am going to immediately begin exploring the network.
Of course you are.
And I mean like fully exploring the network.
Okay. You crack out your laptop. You quickly jimmy off one of the little panels below the network terminal in your room. And you plug in. Okay, make a hacking roll.
I'm looking for it. Computers, right?
Computers and intelligence, yes.
What is with these? Oh, I hate these dice.
Do what
Still,
Lauren does. Every time the dice roll badly, change the color.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so 13 is 3 successes, though. With 3
Yeah.
successes, you find quite quickly that although your hacking skill is good, it's not quite good enough to overcome the firewalls and barriers in this state-of-the-art hotel. You get close, but with a
Yeah.
drama point, you could if you choose to spend a drama point.
Not just yet.
Okay. You do find from what
Not
you do with your-
looking for anything yet.
Okay, yeah, so basically your probing reveals that pretty much everything, including like doors, windows, ventilation, air conditioning, heating, is all computer controlled. All of it's essentially accessible from a master terminal somewhere in the penthouse suite.
Can I, really quickly, find out? Can I see where other students are housed?
Only if you actually penetrated the network, which you failed to do.
Okay.
You could do so again if you choose to spend a bit more time.
I'm going to use a drama point for this then, because
Okay.
I have an idea.
In which case, that's 20.
Now I have a reason to use
Oh
the drama.
no! Oh god. Okay. Right. Yep. Okay. 23. 23 is 6 successes, I believe, off the top of my head. So
Yes.
6 successes is enough to penetrate the network. You don't have full control, but you've got nearly most of it. You do realize that the network is controlled from a central server housed up near the penthouse suite as well. It does control pretty much everything. It's also got a lot of automated stuff for ordering extra things like food and so on from companies. It doesn't really need that many staff to run it. You also do notice that there is some files on the main server, including one marked quiz questions.
Save that.
You copy that across your laptop. Okay, what would you like to do?
I want to find. I know they're at least their first names, or at the very least, find the rooms of the students from our rival school, and take one and turn the heat all the way up, and the other and turn the heat all the way up.
You suck.
So you turn the heat all the way up in one, and what's the other one? All the way down, all the way up as well?
Yeah.
All the way
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
know
one
that-
really, really cold and the other really, really hot.
Okay. Can I get you to roll just a D2? Because I need to know which is in which, because it's the boys are in the hot or the boys are in the cold. We'll have to find out.
Oh no, boys are in the cold.
Oh, boys are in the cold. Okay.
No, I can choose that.
Okay, you choose that, yeah. It's quite easy to find because the rooms are listed via which school, and then the students are then attached to the school, and so quite quickly it's obvious where they're staying. And with only a bare few keystrokes and a very short hacker montage of camera panning past your face repeatedly in the dimly lit room, and a lot of clacking of keyboard and no mouse for some reason, because that's how everyone hacks, suddenly their room is approaching 40 degrees C. I'm sure someone in chat can convert that into Fahrenheit. And the other room is approaching about 5 degrees C. Because this place is like perfectly climate controlled, so you can do that. Meanwhile, Gabe.
So I I lounged like just on my bed for a bit, but now I'm kind of just looking around the hotel room, like seeing what like they have in the room besides like the usual Bible or like room service menus.
There's a Bible. There isn't a room service menu. They took them out to stop people ordering room service. Also, they would be on the computer as well, but you'd find they would be restricted. There is a small mini bar, which is accessible by the terminal. So you enter, what you want on the terminal, and it dispenses it for you. That is accessible, and there are certain things you are allowed with a certain amount of credit that each person has. Other than that, make a notice perception check as you look around.
Okay. Where's my notice? Nothing.
That is a 7, actually, because it hasn't added the extra one for some reason. But, nonetheless, unfortunately, you do not find very much. You look around, and this place is immaculately clean. There doesn't seem to be much to find. There's not even, like, a Gideon's Bible or anything. Like, this place is pretty damn new.
Okay.
You do find a little blurb on one of the terminals explaining how this place is a monument to intelligence and, learning, etc. It's designed to house, conferences and functions, etc. It's modeled in some regards after the Library of Alexandria in that most of the interior decor in the conference rooms and downstairs is actually kind of a weird neo-Greek aesthetic. And they do have actually imported a couple of statues that were reported to have been at the actual Library of Alexandria when it burned down. It's kind of a weird fusion down there between weird Greek columns and also chrome and glass. So someone's sense of aesthetic is definitely peculiar. There's also a lot of blurb about Julian Cranston, the eccentric millionaire who basically funded the endeavor. Okay.
I go over to the mini bar and see what the terminal has available there.
Number of sugary sweets, some crisps, a lot of drinks, caffeinated, uncaffeinated, a load of ones that say restricted because they're alcoholic and you are not able to purchase, sadly.
You got a hacker. Get drunk.
So do you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the sort of thing Rob would do. He's too goody two shoes.
All right. I'm gonna buy some crisps.
Okay. You get some crisps out, and you munch away on those. As you're doing that, down one floor below, on floor 11. Barnaby and Robert, you split off from the girls as you head towards your respective rooms. Both the girls are sad to see Barnaby go. And as you get to your door...
I'm walking along behind, like, could we not have just waited for the next lift?
No. It's very important that we keep, our bodies and our minds active. Also,
I agree with the mind part. This place is fancy.
It's really kind of gross looking.
Oh, look at all the cool technology, though. There's all this big central server that controls anything. It's great.
I don't know what that means, but
yeah, I guess
cool.
so. I've got my key card. And I'm like, I want to try this out. A key card's a common thing back in 97. I imagine. I don't know really when they got introduced.
They're not common. They were around in a few places, but they're not common.
That would have been.
Yes, this is probably the first time I've seen one. This is so cool. I need to try this. So I go up to the door.
Do the doors do this?
And then it automatically goes shh and opens. It's not a retractable sliding door, but it does have a powered opening. And as it does, a blast of hot air hits you. Your room is a little bit of a furnace right now.
No, their room is cold.
Oh, theirs is cold. Sorry. A blast of cold air hits you. Ow, that's a bit chilly. Sorry.
Imagine I'm practically thrown back by it. Like, what's going on in there?
Yeah, he just falls back into me, and I'm just like, stand up. Whoa. Chilly. I mean, wow.
I guess the temperature control's a bit wrong. I mean, this is cutting edge technology. I guess it goes wrong sometimes, and I I walk in and start looking for the terminal thing.
You see the terminal
Changing
quite
the temperature
quickly.
is not new technology, Rob. We've been doing that forever.
Yeah, but they do it in a fancier way. I look at the terminal and I start trying to mess with the temperature controls.
I didn't attempt to lock it in any way.
You didn't attempt to lock it. Okay. Yeah, you
Not
quite quickly set it back to a normal temperature, and it will slowly change the temperature at a non-overclocked hack speed. So over the next course of an hour, it will get to a reasonable temperature.
Oh god. Yeah.
I go and like open the windows and everything and prop the door open and stuff.
Yeah, Barnaby just goes around.
The windows have to be
knocks on
opened
the
by
girl's
the
door. It's just like, is yours place cold as well?
Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Robert, you can't open the windows except via the terminal, but you do open it via the terminal, and the windows open up, and the temperature equalizes pretty rapidly. Barnaby, as you get to the door, there's kind of a sweltering heat emanating from it. Violet opens the door a crack and pops her head round. And you see kind of, they've definitely had to just strip down a little bit, and she's just putting her head around because it's not appropriate right now. Hi, Barnaby, it's a little hot in here.
Your thermostat, ours was broken. Yours okay?
It was kind of hot. We've had to change it. It's still very hot in here. You know, it's like a bead of sweat going down her forehead already.
Well, just open the door and the windows and you'll be fine.
That's a good idea. We might do that later.
Okay.
She starts blushing furiously. You're not sure if it's a combination of heat or you, or very much probably both.
Fair enough. Barnaby's just gonna fiddle around with the go back into his room and then start fiddling with the control panels of all the technology. Could have gone better.
I'm calling today's time to penis at 53 minutes. Okay. Yeah, Barnaby, you go back in and roll me a computer plus intelligence roll.
Oh.
I've put on like loads of extra layers of clothes.
You managed to get
sat on one of the beds with like a duvet around me, like this is the worst.
You come back in to find Robert wearing duvets, with his laptop out in front of him as he tries to just look up some last-minute cramming.
Sweet.
The vending machine dispenses you a hot chocolate.
Yay! Oh well, I'll give one to Robert, and she's like, "There you go, little one." Just
thank you.
Oh dear. And just get Barnaby himself one as well.
I'm just hugging it.
Okay. Right. Is there anything else anyone would like to do then in the run-up before your first quiz run-off?
Cheat.
Okay. Well, you've got the quiz answers, so make me a test to memorize them.
Okay, what do I roll?
Willpower plus intelligence.
Okay. So I would be roll 1d10 plus willpower.
Yep.
Plus intelligence.
Okay, so anytime later today you have to answer a question for the quiz, you get a +5 on your roll because you got 5 successes. Because you might well memorize them. Including subject matters you would not normally know about. Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before your first runoff?
Robert doesn't cheat.
No.
He spends his time messing with the control panel and looking up all the cool stuff it does, but he doesn't try hacking it.
Okay, so you within the bounds without having to do a hack test or anything, sure. You find that the control panel controls most of the autonomous functions for this room. The vending machine, it does have your schedule on it loaded in. Has your key card, can provide you a map, can provide you with the faces of your team. Also temperature, bed massage, shower controls, which I imagine that Barnaby will use against you when you take a shower. Window, door lock. You can also flag whether you want your room serviced, rather than having to put the annoying key card on the door thing that people ignore.
Yeah, I'm just going through all the different like controls and stuff, being like, "Oh, this is so cool! Look, it does this as well. Oh, look at this!" Just I don't whether Barnaby's at all interested or not. I'm just like reeling off all the cool
Barnaby
things it
stops
does.
listening after bed massage and then just turns that on.
Okay.
How long is there until the quiz?
Probably about 2 hours, maybe a little bit less.
Okay. Gabe, during those 2 hours, pampers himself as much as possible. He buys crisps. He tries the bed massage. He has like a half an hour long shower, trying different settings.
There's one saying that kind of dispenses like a bubble bath mixture into the shower head, so it's pre-bubbly as it comes out. It's really quite nice. Gabe now smells of lavender. Gabe, make me a notice perception check.
Okay. Wait, did that? No.
11, so that's 2 successes. At one point during your shower, you think you hear what might sound like a squeaky, rusty hinge or a rivet or something coming from the ventilation above you, but it kind of stops after about 10 seconds or so.
Okay.
I spend some time figuring out a good solution to physically jam the door closed.
Okay.
This is actually a thing that I do when I travel.
Okay, make me a... Oh. What the
Not
hell
like
is that
permanently, but like so that when I am in there, nobody can open that door, hacking or otherwise.
Could that be like Mr. Fix-It or something?
Yeah, that'd be a Mr. Fix-It plus intelligence roll. Good call.
That's the
Okay,
first
so an
one of those we've
intelligence
had.
roll. 10.
Yeah, you find a way that you could probably jam it closed. It won't be very secure, but it'll help. Obviously, you can hack the computer to lock the door pretty hard, considering you can override most of the things now.
But I also want like a physical jam. Like all it has to be is a wedge that I can jam under there appropriately.
Yeah, effectively you find
which
that
my
one of
roommate
the...
probably thinks is weird.
Yeah,
but...
no, your roommate definitely thinks that's weird, but she kind of goes along with it. Oh no, you had 3 guys in you on the team, didn't you? So I think you're probably by yourself.
I think so, but I think you also changed one, so maybe I'm in a room by myself.
I think I got the name wrong for your second teammate. Your second teammate, I was reading from the wrong list, because you should have Tim and Anthony, sorry. So you have Tim and Anthony, so you're in the room by yourself, so no one thinks that's weird because you're lucky. Yeah, you basically find that one of the chairs kind of fits roughly under the doorknob. So yeah, you do that, and it seems relatively sturdy. Right. So,
do I spot any like sign of tampering with the temperature controls when I'm looking at them? Because like if it has like logs of when the temperature was changed, then I might spot that. But otherwise, I don't think
you wouldn't be able to see
notice
the logs
anything.
unless you had administrator privileges.
I don't bother looking at that. I just assume that whoever was in the room last for a prank turned it down as low as they could.
Yeah,
because that's totally something that
yeah.
a kid attending a quiz would do.
Okay, so a couple of hours goes by. Gabriel pampers himself. Jane feels that network and memorizes all the questions and answers. Barnaby has a very nice massage, and Rob just stands in awe of the network and does some last-minute cramming. Rob, would you like to make me a intelligence knowledge check to do some last-minute cramming? It won't give you many bonuses.
Right.
It might give you some if you cram hard enough. Yeah, you'll get
12,
plus,
that's
you'll
2
get
successes.
+1 on all your rolls. For
Awesome.
the quiz. Right, so time comes. It is 11 a.m. You're all called down from a message on your terminal. Creative Rosewater and Tom Huel, you're wanted down below in the lobby as we go to the first runoff. So if you would kindly come down, make sure you are presentable for the cameras. We'll be beginning in approximately 10 minutes' time.
Barnaby just looks in the mirror, just like, cool. Let's get him.
Make sure my uniform's like impeccable. Like we've got this. I hope.
Don't. The first bit was fine, but like, believe in yourself, Rob. Let's go. Come on.
I just sort of mumble, it's not myself, I'm worried. And yeah, let's go.
Jane, Gabe, you doing anything, or are you just heading down?
More or less just head down, straighten out my uniform a little bit, but
I talked to Jane while we're going down and just asked, so like, do you have a battle plan? Do we have a battle plan, or are we just gonna wing it? Are you the winging it type too?
it'll be fine.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, you get into the lift, you go down one floor before it opens, and you notice the team from St. Tom Huel.
Hey, it's this lot.
With awkward lift music in the background.
Lovely accommodations, aren't they?
There's a pretty cool bed massager, and then he like leans over to Gabe. He's just like, for some reason, the girls' room was really hot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That's fascinating. We had it was very average temperature. Very average. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I know you at Greater Rosewater, very average.
Well, I am not entirely average. Like some.
No, it's fine.
above
Don't.
that,
No need to make excuses. We all understand.
Okay, cool.
Barnaby, have a drama point for that sick burn. Okay. You get in the lift. Awkward lift music continues until you get to the ground floor, where you're greeted again by the one with the coal skin and the dark hair. Gabriel O'Malley, here's a signed poster you asked for.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss
Augustine.
Thank you, Miss Augustine. And tell Mr. Periwinkle, super thank you. Thank you.
Sure. You might want to take that tie off your head.
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course. Yes. Right away.
Okay, just go into the conference room through there. The cameras will be rolling, so just act normal. Take your positions. There'll be clearly delineated places on either side. You'll have your name cards. Go sit down there. This is just the preliminary runoffs. We probably won't use all the footage. It will probably be cut together so that the actual runoffs are televised as more of a montage rather than anything else. But it doesn't matter which school gets through, so treat it seriously. Any questions? Okay. And go. Okay, you walk forward.
I'll set off on the go.
You go through a set of double doors in front, and you walk into what appears to be a room surrounded with steel beams that have been shaped into Dorset columns, towering up probably 3 floors internally. This is a very large space, which is a massive lighting rig suspended above. At the far end, you notice a backdrop of what appears to be mostly vines and brain images, surrounded with a couple of statues that seem to be maybe Greek marble in origin. Looking forward, you notice there is a small podium on each side, flanked by 2 desks with name cards and microphones. At the podium stands Bruce Periwinkle, smiling congenially to a camera in front of him, and flanking off the cameras of each side are 2 assistants who are quickly shepherding you towards your respective places.
Gabe is like frantically trying to figure out how to tie a tie, like before they're in camera view, but it's not going well. So he eventually just shoves it in his pocket.
It's too late for them to stop you at this stage since the boom mics are rolling. So one of them just shakes their head and just motions you forwards.
I was gonna say that Jane will quickly give it here, and tie it really quickly, and then give it to him.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless you can't actually tie a tie.
Pretend I did that. Pretend there's a tie on me right now.
There you go.
I nudge Barnaby and like gesture over to the with a smirk, and then I spot Barnaby's time. Like, oh damn it! And I try and like pull it out a bit.
Look, this is perfect. You don't need to change a thing.
So Jane is fixing Gabe's tie,
that
Rob's
long.
fixing Barnaby's tie. It's all very awkward. It's a tie-off.
Oh,
Jane, Rob, both roll me. Oh my god, what is it to tie a tie?
dexterity.
Oh
art.
goodness.
Dexterity, wild card skill. So just roll me a dexterity check to see who gets there quickest.
Oh god.
Rob, you
Barnaby's
accidentally
just
tie
like,
your own wrist
no.
into the tie.
Dexterity
How
and
does
what?
It's just between Rob and
okay.
Jane, so that they can tie your ties quick enough. Jane, however, manages to tie your tie quite quickly and simply, and is the first towards the set with her team.
Barnaby's just like, no, thank you, Mum.
So, with a bit of a mess, follows Tom Huel. As you sit down, Bruce looks to each side, noticing that you're all in position. Hello, and welcome to the runoffs for the Brain Olympiad. That's not the voice that's using for him. Hello, and welcome to the runoffs for the Brain Olympiad. Today we have Greater Rosewater Comprehensive versus St. Tom Huel. An interesting development since I believe that we initially scheduled them last year for the trial run of this, but both of their teams unfortunately met with a somewhat unfortunate end in a bus accident. So, this year, hopefully we'll do better. We're going to be starting, of course, with the general knowledge round, and it'll be the first to get there. Fingers on your buzzers. First person to get the correct answer and buzz in gets the point. Are you ready?
No.
I
Yes.
just give a nod.
Okay, so this is a general knowledge round. So it will just be an intelligence plus knowledge check from all of you. +1 to Rob for your cramming, +5 to Jane for her memorizing the answers.
Cheating.
Do I get any extra bonuses for photographic memory?
Yeah,
Does
I'll
that
give
come
you
into
+1.
play?
I'll give you another +1.
All right.
So sorry. Say what we're rolling again.
So it'll be a knowledge plus intelligence.
Okay. And then +5.
Ooh, I think I might actually have knowledge.
I'm going to temporarily put in that I have 5 knowledge, and then I'll lower it later.
Yeah, that's what I did to add mine.
Okay, so if everyone's rolled, let me know your successes.
14 is 3 successes.
2 successes.
What is 16?
Roll for
That's 4.
Oh.
already did that.
Oh.
I didn't get any successes.
Barnaby actually answers a couple of questions wrong, which disqualifies his team from answering a single certain questions. Surprisingly, Gabe picks up on those questions. Gabe's general knowledge skills are apparently pretty hot stuff. Jane, you're having trouble having kind of memorized all the answers, but you do get a few of them. Rob, you do reasonably well. You do get a few. The scoreboard at the end of that round stands at 3 points. 6 points, with a Greater Rosewater having taken the lead by quite a margin there.
I'm looking very frustrated. I'm not used to being outsmarted.
Look, just like I was really into those triangle questions. I almost had it.
You don't know how triangles work.
I thought I did.
Just
Gabe's-
leave them to me. You do the sports stuff.
Okay.
Gabe's just trying not to laugh, like just kind of like overwatching this conversation. Because I know I did good, so I'm just like, yeah.
Okay, so Next round, we'll be doing the science round. This round, very important, of course, going back to ancient Greece, having some very famous philosophers and scientists back then. So, fingers on your buzzers. Again, the first one to buzz gets in. If you buzz and you answer incorrectly, you will forfeit the point to the other team if they answer correctly in the time. Okay, roll me a intelligence science check, everyone.
Barnaby is actually just going to do what Rob said and not answer any of the questions.
Good. So is this with the 2+1s that I've got again?
Yeah.
I guess it just applies to everything, wouldn't they? Intelligence science. I got this.
Oh,
I have got this.
Oh,
Wow.
That's 6 successes.
Oh, damn. Okay, so both Greater Rosewater...
He's in the zone now. He's been defeated once. He's not letting it happen again. This is the science round, damn it. He's going to win.
You split the atom on stage.
2 points, which is 4. Barnaby just leans back in his chair and is just swaying back and forth with someone off camera going... however, Rob is stuck on the bus every time. The only reason that you actually lose any points out to the other team is that the other team just get there before you. But you managed to get yourself 6? I think it's 6 successes, right? 6.
Yep, 6 successes.
So, at the end of the round, it's 4 for Greater Rosewater, and it's 6 for Tom Huel, which brings the score to 9-10 in favor of Greater Rosewater still. Which brings us to the sport round. Okay, the sport round. Of course, going back to the Olympics. He does his little speech. And if you can all make me notice perception checks.
Damn it.
One success for me.
Oh.
Gabe accidentally almost slips off his chair. But Barnaby...
It is actually supposed to be 4, not 0. It's just the roll messed up.
Barnaby and Jane. You notice that Bruce Periwinkle, is having trouble sometimes. He's definitely checking his cue cards a lot more at the moment. Like, he's almost forgotten the next line. And he checks down his cue cards quite a few times. The speech is getting much more stilted. Yes, it's the sport round next. If you can have your fingers on your buzzers, it'll be the same again. Okay. So this will be a sport. Oh, that didn't happen. I don't know why that happened. No, nobody screamed.
Yay,
it's all
sports!
fine.
Wasn't me.
Woo, sports! Okay, so this will be an intelligence plus any sport modifier you have plus knowledge, because it is knowledge based.
Ooh.
Barnaby, you can actually replace knowledge with sports, or you can choose to play a knowledge with +1.
So, sorry, what are we rolling?
Intelligence knowledge or intelligence sports. If you have jock, you can play either and get a +1.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I'm going for intelligence knowledge.
Yay. Wait, what was that? Sports plus
5
intelligence.
successes.
+1. Okay, cool.
Damn.
Also 5 successes.
Mm.
And Gabe gets 4 successes. And Barnaby only gets 3. Damn. Barnaby's here for the sports round, but Bob borrowed his cue cards earlier and has photographically memorized them and actually gets more of them than Barnaby did. So 3 points and 5 points, so that's 8 points. And Greater Rosewater managed to get 3 and 5. Was it 3 and 5? 4 and 5. So 8 and 9 with Greater Rosewater winning again there. Greater Rosewater pulling ahead. They are now 2 points in the lead. At this point, you can see that Bruce Periwinkle is definitely having some issues. He's starting to sweat a little bit as he seems to having trouble with the cards. Can we have a short break? I'm feeling hungry. I want to go get some air. You call it off for the moment. We'll continue after lunch. Everyone kind of looks around a little bit surprised, but eccentric, you know, film actors, broadcasters, presenters, they kind of quickly nod and shuffle things around. Okay, everyone. So if you can head back to the cafeteria, we'll be having a short adjournment. You can go back to your rooms, whatever you want to do. We'll be reconvening after lunch. I'll send a ping to any of your terminals if you have them.
Right, I guess we'll disperse. And
Yep.
after that round, I'll poke Barnaby. We're like, you need to concentrate. And they had him there.
Look, I did what you said. I didn't answer science. I did sport, and I did sport quite well. And I totally get that you looked at my notes or whatever, but that other team, how are they doing that?
I know they keep getting them right, so they know the answers already. It's crazy.
That's not even. Can
Barnaby, Rob, make a willpower willpower notice.
Willpower notice. Okay.
I'll make a perception notice. Just make a perception notice. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With 2 successes and 3 successes, you do notice that Jane was definitely hot stuff on the answering there, but both of you are still somewhat distracted by the fact that she's a very attractive girl, and beyond that, you are a little bit in a haze of hormones, and unfortunately, don't notice much more. Gabe is also surprisingly good, though. He had his finger on the button that general knowledge round. But yeah, you are let free. Would you like to head off to the cafeteria or to your rooms or whatever? Because you are being allowed lunch early.
Barnaby's going to eat.
I'll follow him.
Gabe is also heading to lunch
Yeah, food seems like a good plan.
and singing along the way. We
What
Are
are
the
they singing?
Champions by Queen.
Oh,
No time for losers, because we are the champions.
that guy's
I'm just
really obnoxious.
Not happy.
Gabe, have yourself a drum point.
Yes.
Okay, so you head off to lunch. You avail yourself of all the food that's starting to be laid out because it's a little bit early. There's a selection of different sandwiches and large plates and platters. There is some hot stuff being served, but mostly it's a sort of a selection of sandwiches. You notice that Bruce Periwinkle briefly walks in, comes up to the sandwich cart, Gabriel, as you're standing there, and he's quickly mulling over them, just grabbing a load of them, mostly like ham and stuff. Looks over at Gabriel, remembers he wanted an autograph, and just goes, quickly runs away.
Sir, thank you. Again.
That's all right. You got things. Makes his exit. You will sit down at the first table that's actually been laid out because you are still a little bit early, and you're at the same table.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I think you know exactly how well it's going.
Oh, were you guys at that thing too? We had fun. It was good.
I'm just sat eating. Not happy.
Barnaby has like a stack of sandwiches that he's just like slowly munching his way through. What was it with that guy, the Periwinkle guy?
I don't know. He used to like host a kids show, and all those guys wind up on drugs eventually. So
Is that how they do it?
I guess so. You gotta be in a room with kids for like 20 years of your life, Monday to Friday. Nay.
Yeah, I saw what he did with you. He must hate it.
You're the funny one.
You noticed.
I
So-
did.
So you weren't too busy answering questions. All of them correct.
I'm a great multitasker. Always have been.
how did you lot just like? It's too much. Like, at least get
Same
one
way
wrong.
Be prepared.
I mean,
No.
I didn't, but if it makes you feel better to think that I prepared.
She looks kind of askance at Bobbert. You didn't prepare.
I prepared. You know, I revised and everything. I know what I'm doing. Did all right. Just playing with my food.
You did? Interesting.
It's like focusing on the food. He's not happy. He's never been beaten before.
Well,
Okay.
Next time
No,
you
it's
should
just like
prepare.
it's not over yet.
Yeah, we'll get you in the next round. It's only a few points, and I mean, you know, maybe Jane afterwards we could go out and
No.
celebrate.
No. No.
You don't like to celebrate?
No. Who says bonking?
No one said bonking. I think
No,
she's
but-
psychic.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I didn't say anything, and she kind of like finishes up and leaves.
I look over them like,
What's that?
Wait, what?
No one. I didn't think bonking.
that was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like a third wheel, so I'm gonna go find another seat. You boys enjoy your lunch. Don't get too depressed. We'll beat you just as bad next time, so like save some. Adios.
But you save it until we meet again. Yeah. Whatever. Go. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Claw.
Okay, so you finish up. You will head to your respective rooms. Does anyone want to do anything or anything dodgy hacking or anything like that? Or are you all good?
Don't you dare turn up our thermostat.
Jane just kind of beats herself up a little bit for slipping up and, you know, letting her nerd flag fly a little too much.
Okay. Anyone else? Or are you good?
I just try harder to revise and cram for the next rounds.
Okay.
Barnaby watches him. He's like, I'm going to do it as well. And just kind of sits next to him.
Gabe buys more crisps.
Awesome. Yeah, you try and get more crisps out, but it seems to be giving you an error that you're out of crisps.
Gabe, because he decided to leave lunch early just to get in one good joke, decides that probably wasn't the best idea. So he decides to go downstairs and complain on, why can't I get any more crisps? We're champions. We deserve crisps.
Okay, so as one of the lifts comes up, Barnaby and Robert step out, having just returned from lunch. However, you realize that you've actually got out on the 12th floor. You did definitely press the button for the 11th floor, but it's some reason the lift took you out on the 12th. You notice that Gabe is standing right next to you, pressing the button for the open lift, like, a bit surprised to see you on this floor.
Are you guys, like, autographs later, guys. I'm sorry.
No, we were supposed to be here. This is our room.
Do you not know how to count either?
Wait, no, this is supposed to be the, and I'm looking around other like plates on the walls saying the
Yeah.
floor number and stuff
There's
like
a
that.
big one
Like,
that says 12 opposite you.
what? This is the 12th floor. Why are we?
We came because we're not done with you.
Did you miss the button, Barnaby?
Look, you're supposed to be on my side.
Is this a mugging or something, or can I
As you
go?
say that, the lift on the other side opens and the doors part. and out falls a person, seemingly unconscious until you notice that a large bit of their head is missing. Their head looks more like a jacket potato with the inside scooped out. The back of their skull is completely missing. The skin is slightly shriveled and peeled back. Inside is a little bit of what appears to be almost like a pink-red jelly with a huge cavity where apparently their brain once was. As you look down, you realize that used to be Bruce Periwinkle. His sparkly suit. The only thing really looking like it has a life of its own as he flops to the ground. There is a little bit of a splat as some brain matter just squidges against the floor in front of you.
I jump back like, oh my god!
Yeah, all roll for fear.
Okay.
Great.
So that'd be a willpower plus willpower roll, I believe. Panic table.
That was
-1,
right?
it says on our sheet, but I don't know.
Fear test? Okay.
Was fear test double willpower? Is that the bonus
it's
for
pretty
it? Something?
hideous. I'd say it'd be a -2 to it, so it'd be willpower plus willpower -2.
Oh,
But it's
well,
pretty
I
gribbly.
failed then.
It might needs to be 14, then making it 3 successes.
Okay, so Rob, you are completely, like, you're a little bit surprised, but you're not scared so you can't act or anything. Gabe, you just about managed to keep your wits about you. Barnaby, you are startled. You're not paralyzed, you can act normally, but you do act last, effectively, in response to this threat of a body.
That's not drugs.
What the hell's happened to him? I look in the lift. Does there let anything else in the lift?
Make a perception notice check.
Oh, damn it.
You look inside the lift. Doesn't appear to be anything there.
What the hell? Did somebody murder him? What's wrong with his head? I look a bit more closely at that and see how horrific it is. I also look around in case anyone's coming around the corner seeing us stood around a dead guy.
With that perception roll, you do look around, but Gabe, yeah?
I back up just a bit from the corpse. I'm a bit squeamish.
Okay. You back up a little bit, and just give it a little bit of room, as there is certainly a strange biological odor that you really do not want to be smelling. Jane, you would probably hear a little bit of a start from outside, like you heard people exclaim a little bit, because it's right outside your door.
How easy could I look at the surveillance cameras in the hallway?
You've actually got the system hacked, so yeah, you
So
pop
very
it quickly.
easily.
And you
Bring that up.
You bring it up. It's a little bit fuzzy, and there's like the odd line going across it, and it flickers out occasionally, but you can see Gabe, Robert, Barnaby, and what appears to be a body of someone with maybe half the head missing.
Right, great. I'm going to leave the hall cameras up on the terminal, so that, because that's a convenient thing to have. And okay, great.
Okay. So outside, you stand over the body of Bruce Periwinkle.
I was like, what the hell could have done that to him? And then I lock eyes with Barnaby of like, basically trying to communicate that this is not normal at all in any way, shape, or form.
Ding! The doors try to close and then hit his legs and then open again. Ding!
Oh god.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm gonna shut down the elevators.
Ding!
Can somebody... Oh, okay.
Completely.
Is it voice activated?
And then come out and basically be like, why the fuck are you all just standing there?
It's not every day you see a dead body fall out of a
Get
lift.
Into the room, come on.
Do we just leave? I guess
Yes.
I just
Leave
hurry
it there
over.
and you figure out what to do while you're not standing next to the body.
I don't go around scooping people's brains out. It's not.
Yeah,
People
I
won't
know.
think it's
Come
me,
on
will
in.
they? Oh, okay.
And she'll like, I mean, she can tell probably pretty easily that none of them did it, right?
Relatively easily, like none of them
So-
got. They all seem somewhat startled. Yeah, you can see they probably don't have anything to do with it. They quickly step into your room. Do you still have your computer plugged into the terminal?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. With the camera up.
Yeah. So Barnaby, Robert, you walk in along with Gabriel, and you notice that oh, she's got a laptop plugged into the terminal there. Robert, you notice that that surveillance video that she's got up, and it appears to be live. As it snows a little bit occasionally, but you can see quite a lot.
Look at that from him, like, huh. But there's more pressing matters at the moment. So yeah, I hurry in and make room for everyone else. Like,
Okay, she's Big
How-
Brother. There's a dude that's dead. What the fuck is going on?
So what happened?
the lift opened and he fell out like that.
What are you two even doing on this floor?
We were supposed to go to our floor, okay? I don't know.
You guys didn't see him in the lobby or something before you came up?
No, just at lunch, right? He was rude to you and then gone.
Yeah.
This is weird.
It is. Again, a short glance at Barnaby.
And Barnaby's just like, wink. So, what was in the elevator? Like, did you see anything?
No, it just looked like an empty elevator.
Hmm.
I've got the elevators locked down. We can't just leave it like that, though.
I'm going to call reception, and he picks up like there's got to be an intercom phone, right?
It's attached to the
No.
computer system.
No, put that down. Don't. We've got to think about this. Let's just put him back in the elevator, and I'll turn the elevators back on, and we'll send it down to reception, and we'll let them find it.
Barnaby,
That
as
is
I guess that
messed
works.
up.
you pick up the phone and go to maybe put it down, you're not sure, you can hear not a dial tone or anything coming out of it.
Okay, so I just was like, okay, but shouldn't there be dial tones on the phones? And he just presses the kind of clicker button when you.
What are you messing with?
It doesn't make a sound. I mean, there's not supposed to be anyone on the other side, but surely, like.
What are you talking? And I take the phone off him if he lets me, and
Yeah.
try listening to it.
Yeah, you hear a series of what appears to be chirps and squeals.
Is it because I'm connected?
No, it sounds
Not
more
that kind of chirps.
It doesn't sound like a digital kind of connection or anything. It sounds more like an organic sound.
I'm just like, what the hell is that? And I hold it out for the others to listen to.
Yeah, you hear what
Do I
appears to be
recognize
a
it as,
series of
like,
rasping clicks and
Does that like trigger memories of hearing those sorts of noises earlier on in the day?
yeah, you might be like, I heard those earlier, maybe, if you did.
Yes, I hand it over and they start to listen to it. I'm like,
That's
there was, I heard that before.
Well, because I definitely heard that in the shower this morning. I just thought the pipes were rusty. But this place is new, so oh god.
Things started malfunctioning and we keep hearing these weird noises.
Okay, I think it's you. And he just points at Jane. It's like, you want to get rid of the body, and you've got the weird computer thing going on.
Really? You made a jump from weird computer thing, aka being a hacker, to eating people's brains.
I don't know what
What the
hackers
hell
do.
kind of school do you go to?
Well, not important. Rob, like, that makes sense, right? She wants to get rid of the body.
I mean, that bit does, but the eating brains part, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, you guys want to keep the body? What do we do with it?
No,
Why
I
is this
don't.
our problem?
Just... That's
You
a
hear
good point.
outside a ding, 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 ding.
You turn that
Just
back on.
put him back in the lift, and then close it, and then we'll work out what to do.
Which is exactly what I said.
Yeah, but it's coming from Rob, so it's much more sensible.
Somebody turn that back on.
I start like pushing
It's gonna cut him
Barnaby
in half or
over to
something.
the door.
Okay, as
Yeah.
you get towards the door to the room, the door closes in front of you.
The door to my room?
Yep.
Like, what's with? And I try opening the door. Why is it doing that?
Open.
I
Jane.
press the button a couple of times, and I'm like, that's not good.
Was that you?
Jane reaches down to her leg and unclasps something.
I back against the door, like,
What the hell is going on?
What's with your leg?
It's protection. Now, she's going to check the... Don't worry about it. She's going to check the terminal and see if there's another hacker involved that closed that door.
Make a perception computer check.
Perception computer. Okay. 15. So
4 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes. It does appear that some sort of order was given from the main server. As far as you can tell right now, there's a lot of orders being given from the main server, and a lot of them seem to be random and involve closing doors or turning things on or off. By the way, as you do this and check the windows behind you,
Please tell me you did that. Please.
I did not.
Oh, come on, this is ridiculous.
Can I open them all again?
make me a hacking plus computer check.
Three successes.
You try your best, and as you hack, the code in front of you on the main server just seems to change in front of you, and as much as you get close to being able to open it, you don't quite get there. It seems that you, by yourself with your awesome hacking abilities, are still not quite enough to defeat whatever is going on in this.
Seeing that, I step forward like, let me have a look, and I start trying myself to do the hacking.
By yourself,
It's too
not
much
assisting.
computer for you.
Well, no, if Jane continues to try, then I guess we'll like work together, half keyboard each.
You've got your laptop with you, Robert. You've got your laptop right now, so you actually do both. You've got laptops.
Okay, I connect that one in and start making my own efforts then.
Okay. Jane, do you actually cooperate and co-hack with Rob?
Grudgingly, yeah.
Okay. You can both make
She's really freaking worried right now.
You can both make a hacking check then, so that'll be computing plus intelligence.
All right.
Oof.
Okay, 1 success
15.
plus 4 successes, is that?
Yep, 4.
5 in total. Together, you just about managed to override the code being sent up from the main server, and the door... Click, toonk, click, toonk, click. And it opens.
Open it! Open it!
Click, 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 click,
Yeah,
click, click.
Barnaby's going to quickly just kind of jam himself in the door just to make sure everyone can get out.
The
Barnaby.
chair. Jam the chair in.
Gabe tries to pass the chair over after just standing there like, I don't know how to contribute to this for a bit.
Gabe, make a dexterity plus 1d10. Just an initiative roll to see if you can pass the chair over quick enough.
Is Barnaby gonna get cut in half?
It's a fairly easy check, so there will be a small bonus to it, but...
That didn't work.
If you got the macro button at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just click the macro button and then just click like modifier, and it'll be like 3 and
3.
Because your 3 is your dex. So yeah, 2 successes.
Wow.
Quickly, Gabe's like, oh, the chair. Grabs the chair, hurls it across to Barnaby. Barnaby chucks it in the door. As the door goes, and just starts hitting the chair, unable to close. Barnaby, now you actually have the door open and you're not under pressure. You look outside, the lights are off. It is dim. There is some light coming in from windows that have got their shutters down now. And you can see a small bit of emergent lighting is kind of lighting the body, its head spilled open, and the doors to the lift going ding, 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 ding. A very eerie
grim
situation.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna step out over the chair and then just help everyone else out.
Are there terminals outside the rooms that we can use instead of...
There are a few around, yeah.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I'll disconnect from the current one and step out while saying that the server's going crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'll disconnect and bring my laptop too.
Okay. As you step outside, all make me perception notice checks.
Yay.
This is not what I'm good at.
It is to take for me, apparently, 4 successes.
Yeah.
4, 2...
2 successes.
Barnaby 0. 0. Oh, that was 7 because it didn't add the last bit, but still 0. Rob, as you step outside, now with your newfound allies, apparently, against the situation, you notice something scuttling on the roof. Small, dark, hard to see in the shadows, and you can hear an angry hiss.
There! What the hell is that?
What the...
It's gone. As soon as you tell them to look up, they catch a glimmer of movement and it's gone. Jane produces what appears to be a huge knife.
Oh God! Jumps back. Like,
How did you get that on the bus?
Same way I get it everywhere.
Okay.
You now realize why
I guess
she
that
wears
might
her
help.
God damn it. You realize why she wears her skirt slightly longer than everybody else.
Aside from just being a little tall.
That too.
You're upset with me wearing a tie weird. She's got a freaking knife. Okay. Good.
oh God. Yeah, Barnaby's gonna go over and like, do we want this body in the elevator or out of the elevator?
We need to choose one.
In, I guess.
We need to get out of here.
Barnaby, as
Okay.
you step towards the body to move it, a small shape scuttles down the side of the elevator and around, and you see what appears to be a black beetle the size maybe of a clenched fist, with little pincers at the front and delineation on both front bits, like next to pincers, that goes back, meets in the middle, and then turns into one line going backwards. Pure black and shiny. A sheen of almost void black that just reflects a glimmer of the light. And it looks up at you with seemingly no eyes, and the pincers shiver a bit, and you hear a...
Barnaby stamps on it.
Roll initiative.
Everyone?
Damn it.
Everyone.
No. Yay.
Okay, so... Who
We're
has the
all
highest?
terrible.
Not me.
I think me. Yeah, I got 13.
13 on Gabe. Okay.
Let me live.
And then who's next?
Robert and I.
Yeah,
Both got
tie.
7.
7. Okay. Rob and Shane, and then Barnaby bringing up the rear as per usual.
Yeah.
Sans James this time. Right, okay. That will be Gabe. You notice this strange black beetle emerge, hissing towards Barnaby as it makes a little scuttling movement across the wall towards him. What do you do?
I instinctively. How big is the beetle?
Clench fist sized.
I try and stomp on it.
Okay, it is on the wall, so you'd have to do like a kick against the wall.
Yeah, like a kick.
Okay, so you move forwards and you go to do a kick. So that will be just a normal kick, not anything fancy like a spin kick or anything, just a kick.
Just a kick.
Okay, dexterity plus kung fu -1.
Okay. So that is 3, 0, -1. So dex +2. Is an 8.
Unfortunately, that is no successes.
I'm gonna use a drama point.
Oh yeah, that makes it an 18, which is 5 successes. That does hit.
The greatest
So
kick of all time.
Barnaby looks up, and you see this kind of look come across his face. You look across, you see this strange black beetle. You run forwards, and you kick it against the wall. You do. Damage of a kick is equal to strength +1. What's your strength?
2.
So 3, and then times 2, which makes it 6 plus successes. So it's 11 points of bludgeoning. Yeah, you crush this little beetle, and there's a satisfying a sound of carapace breaking, and then just a squidge of organic, and you pull your foot back, and
Oh my god, that's gross.
kind of icky blue black kind of gross squish, which as you watch it begins to flake and turn to sand and then fall to the floor and blow away.
What?
I'm glad someone did that.
I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
shit.
we need to leave. We need to leave.
We need out.
I'm gonna take a quick look at the body and like see if there's anything beetly about it or like anything I've seen before.
Make a perception notice check. Anyone else?
I am looking for a physical fire alarm trip.
Okay. Make a perception notice check.
I keep looking for my dice. No, they're virtual. Perception notice. There we go. Only a 10.
You don't see any fire
Still
alarm trips on this floor. Not that you can see at a glance in the dark. Barnaby, you got... How many successes was that?
I think that's 4.
4.
So 9, 10.
So yeah, looking at the body, you're kind of reluctant to look inside the brain area, because it's kind of gross. But looking inside, you can see what amounts to bits of skull that have been pushed inwards, like something burrowed in from just kind of at the back. And then little claw marks around the edge, like something had got larger and expanded inside, and then had pushed its way out. And you see bits of skull kind of pushed around and outwards.
You see Barnaby just kind of doing that.
Make a perception notice check.
Okay.
I think we all kind of go.
Everyone make a perception notice check.
God damn it. Someone better get this.
We're
2
all making
successes?
this chat?
Yep.
Okay.
2 successes.
Seven, so 0 successes.
How
Okay.
did a D4 just get rolled?
Wait, what?
Was I just roll 20
To
having
figure
a
out
fit?
which one of us has one.
Oh, that was
Rob-
E rolling it. Oh no.
Yeah, no, you all kind of instinctively pat your heads, and as far as you can tell, you seem okay.
Great.
Barnaby,
Yeah.
as you look over towards Robert to explain that fact that you feel okay to him, you notice that you no longer know Robert's name.
No, but.
Right, come on, we need to go. Come on.
It's just like
Let's
tapping.
take the stairs.
And then frantic
Stairs are-
tapping you on the shoulder, like.
What? What is it?
No, you're.
What? What?
I don't know.
Come on, let's just leave before anything else weird happens.
Okay.
And I start making for the stairs and pulling him along.
Yeah, Barnaby, you do need pulling along because you can't remember where the stairs are.
I don't. How do we? Where we go?
Can I pick up on
We'll
any?
take the stairs. I don't trust the lift right now.
Jane, roll a perception notice. Gabe, you can do the same if you want.
Yeah.
Do I get to?
Yeah, yeah.
Just one success.
13.
Okay.
So, 3 successes.
Rob and Jane, you both see that Barnaby's acting a bit weird, like he's uncertain, which for him is weird, because normally he's overly certain. Gabe, you notice that he's having trouble, like he's looking at Rob, and it's almost like he doesn't recognize Rob in some way. Like he recognizes Rob, but he's trying to remember something about Rob. Like there's obviously he's missing something here.
I'll.
Are you all right, Barnaby?
I'll
Do I
kind of-
do I make the connection that this is similar at all to Bruce Periwinkle before?
Yeah, Bruce definitely seemed to be forgetting things before a bit, so he might make that connection. It's up to you.
Okay. I point that out. Like, wasn't he doing that at the thing?
Ooh.
Like he kept tripping over words. The dead guy. Periwinkle.
I'm going to very carefully check the back of Barnaby's neck
Yeah, I stop at that and I'm like,
and head.
wait. And I'm looking at Barnaby. He's facing me though right now, I imagine.
Yeah, Barnaby, do you let the very attractive lady look at the back of your head closely?
Uh-huh.
Make a perception check with a +5, because you specifically are looking in that area for something.
Because you memorized all the answers.
Oof. I'll use a drama point.
Okay, drama point, you get 5 levels of success. Yeah, you notice that there is a small black blob about 2.5 inches long by about 2 inches wide, which appears to maybe a smaller one of the things that just got splattered by Gabe, on the back of his head, and it seems to be moving slightly.
Back of my head's really
Can
itchy
I-
now, E. Thanks.
Very carefully, like, flick it away, like with the sharp end of the.
Make a dexterity plus doctor check, and I will give you a +2 because you've got a nice, good knife for this.
Okay.
Seeing her
dexterity
lifting the knife,
plus
I'm like,
doctor.
Barnaby, stay still. Don't move your head. Just look at me.
Barnaby,
Gabe-
you don't recognize the name Barnaby anymore.
Oh. Say what?
I hold his head. I'm like, just keep looking at me. Everything's fine.
You're off.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I'm sorry.
Just grab your dex, grab your
Yeah.
doctoring, grab 2, and then just chuck them into the macro.
Okay. And then what was the bonus you said on that?
+2.
Roll 1d10 plus 2 plus 2 plus dex, you said?
Yes.
Shit.
Would you
One
like to use a
success.
drama point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will use another drama point.
So 5 levels of
I'm
success.
gonna have to come up with some really good puns.
You are. You carefully, without disturbing it, get the knife just under its back and then flick. And it flies across the room. Barnaby, you suddenly realize that your name is Barnaby, that's Rob, and that stairs are for walking down and just over there.
I knew nothing What was happening?
Did I manage to kill it while I was doing that?
I'll say that with the drum point and everything, as it flies over to the other side of the room, you mid-air spin the knife around, so you're holding it backwards, and then stab it against the wall.
Let's get out of here.
Gabe is frantically like trying to figure out if there's stuff on the back of his neck.
Yeah, as I start running for the stairs, I just like put my hand on the back of my head and hold it there.
Yeah.
Do we find anything on the back of our necks?
Make perception notice checks.
And the cycle begins again.
So 12, that's 15,
12.
and that's 5.
I am too intent on getting the hell out.
None of you notice anything on the back of your heads, no.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm just hurrying people towards the stairs.
Yeah, let's go.
Where to?
Downstairs, quickly. The lobby.
Surely if we got to the server, we could stop it or whatever.
I do stop with that and go, maybe.
I was thinking we could turn the AC all the way down and try and freeze it if they're bugs, maybe.
Or, we could just get the heck out of here. Call the army or something. Doi.
Yeah.
Right.
Tank versus
Ding.
Beatles. Great idea.
Ding!
Go, now.
Yeah.
Up or down?
Barnaby goes up. I don't know what everyone else does.
Jane follows.
I'm like, oh, damn it, okay. And I follow him.
I follow.
Okay. As they head upwards, this is where we're going to take our break. So,
Oh!
we're going to be back in about 8 minutes, which is going to be interesting as we continue, as they seem to be being attacked by small black bugs that seem to be eating brains. Zombie bugs, I guess, for now. I'm going to call them because I don't want to tell you what they are. We'll be back in 8 minutes. Feel free to go check out the Patreon to go support us. Go check out all of our lovely guests' profiles. Go check out the subreddit, which is r/Roll4It. Or go check out the Wikia that we have, where you can add to the knowledge base of all the episodes and characters thus far. Or you can just go read about them. We will be back shortly. Enjoy the break.
I was told it was urgent, come see me tonight. In the circle we're flirting, and we danced for hours. She knew that she had me, but I didn't realize I'm sleeping with a vampire. Got lost in the city when we drove through the night. Stopped by in an alley, and she kissed me while she knew that she had me, but I didn't see. Now I'm sleeping with a vampire. When morning is come, she's always gone. She will call me when she's run out of young blood. Of young blood, she hates to see me fall. That's why she leaves at sunrise. At sunrise, just when morning has come, she's always gone. Oh, I'm sleeping with a vampire. She knew I was waiting through months in pain. The one day she texted me at 12 a.m. I knew that she had me, and I started to see that I've been hooked up by a vampire. She said, I'm sorry, I left you behind. And I know it sounds funny that it was enough. Checked in at a hotel, and I already knew this time I'm sleeping with a vampire. When the morning is come, she's always gone.
imitation of the effigious lines, lifting curtains to begin again. Relegate concealment, dim off the fabric flames. The life inside is really enough to win. Try to make a connection, pierce shadows, finding light. Reach the genesis within tonight. Feasting deep in redacted stasis, states of entropy. Release, complete, isolation obsolete.
Hello, and welcome back to Layla the Vampire Slayer, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer RPG on Roll4It, without a Layla or an Imogen. Instead, we have Jane Murphy and Gabriel O'Malley guesting from Greater Rosewater Comprehensive. So far, this episode, two of our illustrious cast from Tom Huell, along with a couple of NPCs, were invited down to take part in a Brain Olympics inter-secondary school quiz event. Also invited were Jane and Gabriel and two other NPCs from Greater Rosewater Comprehensive. They all went down, they got to the Alexandria, which is a fancy new state-of-the-art, very modern, computer-controlled building where they are holding this. Bruce Periwinkle, the entertainer for children's shows on the TV, was going to be hosting it. And it was going to be set up by Julian Cranston, the millionaire entrepreneur who basically funded a load of educational endeavors and basically set this building and decided that it was going to be a place for learning. In the beginning, they managed to compete at getting to the door fastest and also tie-tying, both of which were won by Greater Rosewater. They then began the beginning of the quiz, which was called off because Bruce wasn't feeling very well. However, at the end of that, Greater Rosewater were 2 points ahead again. People proceeded to go to their rooms. However, some errors of the lift resulted in everyone being on the same floor, and a lift opened, revealing the body of Bruce Periwinkle, his head shriveled and opened up like a baked potato. At this point, they realized something was definitely wrong, considering bodies, not usual in quizzes, and then a strange black beetle tried to take out Barnaby. It was squished by Gabe with a very good kick, and then they noticed that Barnaby was forgetting facts and names, and Jane quickly noticed a black beetle attached to the back of his head, which she deftly dispatched with a knife, and Barnaby realized everything he'd forgotten. At this point, they headed to the stairwell to go up to the server, deciding that something was wrong with the computer system, and that they were going to go fix it. And that's where we join them again, as they head up a very dimly lit stairwell. The stairwells here also basically secondary function is to be utility conduits. So you've got like gas pipes and water pipes and some electricity cables all over along the sides as well. This is very much like they didn't really expect people to be using the stairs.
Is there along our way some sort of janitorial closet or something like that?
Yeah, no, they keep a few of them on the stairway because that's effectively what they keep a lot of the storage stuff.
Okay, Barnaby has an idea. He
Okay.
busts into a janitorial closet and
The
he's
door
like,
is locked.
oh. He busts down a janitor's closet door.
Make a attack roll. How are you doing this?
Wait. Wait. Let the hackers try. Come on.
Oh,
As he runs
Yeah.
at it, I'm like, Barnaby, that's not the server room. What are you doing?
no, we need buckets. We really need buckets.
What?
Bucket.
Helmets, so we don't get bugs.
Don't think.
I guess I see the logic.
Actually, a good
but-
idea.
I don't think that.
I agree with Triangle Boy. Bash away.
How are they going to protect our necks?
Well, it was on the back of my head, right?
Yeah, it was like there, like it was quite towards the crown, but just slightly down from the crown.
Right.
If you wear a bucket, at least it can't get in from bucket woods.
I suppose.
I'm like, yeah, I suppose that
Barnaby
makes sense.
does not wait for you to agree with him and continues to try and open this door.
Okay, how are you attacking the door?
Like, is it metal or something?
It's actually not, because this is a kind of an off-limits area generally. Like, people can use the stairway, people won't use the stairway. That it is actually made of wood.
Okay, he's going to shoulder barge it then.
Okay, I guess that would be some sort of tackle from you. So we'll call it a slam tackle. You can use sports for that, strength and sports, because it's rugby.
Don't see it on my thing, but I'll just use strength and sports. Crash.
19! 5 successes. That's 2 times strength, so that's 10. Plus your successes, 5. So that's 15 points of damage. That is enough that you just go... Too much talking. You run towards the door shoulder and it smashes in. Wood flies everywhere. And you kind of realize that you don't actually have enough space to stop, and you crash into a load of tiered shelving where janitor supplies are kept, and they all fall down on top of you. But you are
Does
in.
a bucket land on my head?
A bucket does land on your head.
Perfect. Barnaby's just kind of sits down in the mess he's made, like, sorted.
You need to cut out the front, though.
Yeah,
right?
Barnaby cannot see right now. It is a cheap plastic bucket, but...
But give me the bucket.
Okay.
Or I'll look for
I
another
agreed
bucket.
with him to make helmets, not actual buckets. I just want to make that clear to everyone else. I'm not... Yeah.
Barnaby grabs buckets for everyone. Like Jesus at the where he makes multiple fishes and breads for everyone. Here's the bucket, Jesus.
And I will carve windows in them.
Okay, it takes you a couple of minutes through the tough plastic, but it's a big knife. Yeah, you do.
So hang on though.
Okay.
Because I only do 2 cuts. I'm not bothering to cut off the bottom part, so they've all got flaps.
Oh! Just in case it gets sunny, you've got sun visor built in.
Yeah.
Okay. Bucket Jesus leading the way. You now have buckets. Is there anything else that you'd like to do in the janitor closet?
Ooh, Barnaby gets like a mop and uses it to poke things. Yeah, he carries a mop with him.
Okay.
You're-
Do you want...
Hang on, you're smart. Do we have anything we can make bombs or flammable substances? Get things that we can use to fight bugs with.
I mean, I guess it depends on what sort of janitor closet it is, and I start looking to see if there's any, like, anything in there. I guess, like, cleaning products you could use to, like, pour on them and stuff like that as well.
There's some cleaning products that are really, really flammable.
Oh, yeah. Make me a... For you, I would say a science roll, because of your...
All right.
Science abilities.
16, that is 4 successes.
Can anybody assist looking for things that say flammable on the side?
Sure. I mean, you can make a Mr. Fix-It roll if you want, Jane.
Yeah, I don't have
I
that
think this
skill.
is more than just getting a flammable substance, because then that's more problematic sometimes using it. But Rob does, with that many successes, manage to come up with effectively a very basic flamethrower by using one of the bleach dispensers. It's not bleach, it's some sort of other substance for removing limescale, and by rigging up like a small appliance in front of it with a spark that will act as a kind of a flamethrower for a few uses.
I couple this together. I'm like, this should work fairly okay. It's the best I can do for the moment.
Brilliant. Let's go.
I grab a mop slightly bigger than Barnaby's.
Do you take the mop end off, or do you leave that on?
I'm keeping the mop head on for now.
Okay. I'm kind of imagining you actually like take the mop end off, put it on top of your bucket helmet, so you've got like a plume.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I do that. That fits.
There we
That
go.
works.
You duct tape it to the top. You now have a effectively what was like a quart staff combined with a plumed bucket. Or is there a bucket coming? Gabe gets
Ow,
a drama
I can't
point. There we go. You can
Damn
have a
it.
drama point there, Joshua, for that.
Thank you.
I have no buckets.
Really glad there was nothing in my bin.
Oh, that one great.
Good
Mine's
tries,
a
everyone.
bit too sizable, really. It's
I mean, I
That's-
do
that
have a
won't work.
spindle. Use that.
It's more like a ponytail helmet. Or...
that is the bit that they're attacking. So
Yeah, that's where they
Yeah.
get you.
Oh dear. Right. Is there anything else you want to do before heading further up the stairway?
Complain about the fact that Gabe's mop is bigger than mine, but that's it.
Dude, it's cool. Size doesn't matter. It's great. It's fine.
I'm like, that's really not important right now. Let's go.
Okay. As you head further up, you get to the very top floor, the 20th floor, and there is a doorway that is currently in front of you and locked. And as you get towards it, a CCTV camera watching it treks towards you.
I cut the wire to it.
I poke at the camera with the mop.
Well, that thing still seems to be working normally.
I don't
Think
think
somebody's in there, or just a lot of them are in there.
something. Yeah.
My two favorite things: brain-eating bugs and hotel security. Perfect.
Fine.
As you walk towards the door and approach it, a small speaker next to the door pipes up. Please leave. You are not wanted here.
Dad? Gabe shuts up after he gets a few dirty looks for that one.
Well, I guess there is someone in there.
And
Do we
you
just-
own this building. Talking to
This
the
is mine. Please leave. You are in the
Well-
way. Please leave.
There are lots of bugs
Well-
trying to kill everyone.
So the problem that I have with that is if we leave, you won't just be satisfied with this building, will you?
Please leave.
Yeah, I'll take that as a no. And then I'll size up the door. What does it look like?
So this door's actually a little bit more reinforced. It is metal rebar with a computer-controlled lock.
Is there a terminal we can plug into?
With a little bit of jimmying, you can open up the port on the terminal.
Great. Let's do it.
Okay, so can you give me a Mr. Fix-It roll to try and jimmy open it to be able to get to the terminal?
I think this might be more Robert's area of expertise.
Okay.
I'll give that a shot then.
I have 0 levels of Mr. Fix-It.
It's Mr. Fix-It Intelligence, is it, or something else?
Intelligence.
All right, I'm okay at that. 17. That's 5 successes.
It is pretty tough, and it is reinforced and meant to be not tampered with, but you managed to get a good side of it off before noticing that there is another plate inside to be able to protect it. However, you are getting fairly well on with it. As you're doing this, I need everyone else who isn't doing that to give me a perception notice check.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I would say we should be trying to, pay more attention to everybody else's buckets than our own.
12.
Okay, no one managed to see in the dim light of the very dark hallway, stairwell, as small black shapes start flowing out of a vent below you and creep up the wall. With that, they're going to make their surprise attacks as several black shapes jump upwards and start attacking. Right, I'm going to roll a few people to see who they attack. It won't be Rob, because Rob's kind of at the back, so...
I'm just stood there going, oh, there's another panel in sight. Hold on a minute, it's going to take a second.
1 attacks Jane, 2 attack Barnaby.
No, you can't have my brains.
Okay, Jane, Barnaby.
Yeah.
You notice at the last moment as these little shapes walk up the side of the wall, and you notice... Uh-oh. And then they push off and they jump full force towards you. Little bits of spit and slime going from their little insides as their claws go... I need Jane to make an acrobatics dex check to be able to dodge. Same for Barnaby. However, you can only make 1 dodge per round unless you're on full defense, so you only get to dodge 1 of them.
Yeah, and I have to declare full defense first, right? So I can't just say no.
Actually, I'd say that you would have been on full defense just waiting there. So, yeah, I'll let you be on full defense for this one.
Okay, so I get to roll 2.
Yeah, you get to roll 2.
Yay! Damn.
Four
Wait, what?
success.
Is that +0?
You've got dex and plus acrobatics, so that's not +0. So what's your dex and what's your acrobatics?
Acrobatics is 3 and Dex is 1.
Acrobatics 3 and dex is 1, so that's 11. Okay. 15 for Jane, 11 for Barnaby, and your next one for Barnaby? You need to roll 2.
Oh, I did both.
Oh, sorry, I see, yeah. 10
and
and
12.
11. Okay, so, Jane, you see this one coming at you, and you quickly swat it to the side, and it flies... Well, it doesn't fly, it kind of just rolls in midair and tumbles and then flattens against the wall and then starts scuttling again. However, Barnaby, you are hit by both.
No.
You will take, because it's slashing, so it's doubled,
Ooh.
a total of 10 points of damage. Oh, sorry, 12 points of damage.
Dang. Fortunately, I don't have the same number of health points I had at the end of last time.
You are fully healed, so yes. Roll initiative.
Oliver's?
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Okay, so who got the highest?
I might want to use one of the drama points. Can I for initiatives?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you got 17 then. Who got second highest?
Wait,
Tie
we can
between
use-
me and Jane.
With 9.
9,
Okay.
yeah.
And then Barnaby?
I got 4.
Okay, Gabe, you look down over the railing in the stairwell and you notice a small flow of these black beetles coming out from a vent below. There are several within range that you can hit. There's probably 4 within combat range of you right now. Including
So
2
they're
on
like-
Barnaby, by the way, and are quickly burrowing into his skin.
Ew.
Gross.
Okay. So they're like crawling up the staircase.
Some of them are up the staircase, some of them are up the wall.
Um.
Vertical surfaces do not pose a challenge.
Hmm.
By the way, you can make multiple attacks. You just take a negative for however many attacks you take.
Grab the flamethrower. Not for the ones on Barnaby.
I'll just roast Barnaby.
I mean, if we set Barnaby on fire, it'll deal with the beetles.
No, it won't.
You'll do with Barnaby.
Okay, I yell the stairs. So somebody please handle the stairs, and I poke at Barnaby with the mop.
Okay, do you want to attack both of them on Barnaby?
Are they close together? Like, could I get them in one, like, swing with the
You'd
mop?
have to do 2 attacks, but you can do 2 attacks. Effectively, you take a -2 on both attacks because you're doing 2 attacks. If you make 3 attacks, it'd be a -4. If you take 4 attacks, it'd be a -6. So you make 2 attacks at -2 for each.
I'll do 2 attacks.
Okay.
1 on each of the
And
beetles.
how does defense factor into that?
They have basically a threshold you need to beat, which I won't tell you.
No, but I mean his defense.
Oh,
like you.
he still gets 1 defense action per turn. Unless you declare full defense, you only get 1. You can go full offense, I think, but that would negate any defense actions you get. So yeah, you can make 2 attacks with, this is the quarterstaff, so it will be getting medieval plus dexterity, -2 for the 2 attacks.
Oh yeah, ganging up bonus.
Oh! I don't think these get getting your bonuses because they're on you and they're harder to hit. It's not really like fighting someone in combat, it's more just hitting a target.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so dexterity is 3. Getting medieval is 3. So that's 6. Take away 2 is 4. So D10 plus 4.
Yeah, and you get to make 2 of those.
Okay. Oof.
Okay. A 6 and a 13. So the first one, you actually miss one of the beetles and you hit Barnaby in the face with the flat end of the quarterstaff.
But I'm wearing a bucket.
What's your strength? 2?
My strength is 2, yes.
Okay, since you hit the bucket, I'll say that counts as 1 armor. Barnaby, you take 1 point of damage. I'll say, because you pull it at the end. Like, missing the beetle, you pull it at the end. You only do a little bit of damage. For the other one, though, you do full damage when you hit, which you did manage to hit with. So that is strength plus 1 times 3. So that would be 3 of the 9 plus success levels, which is 3. So that's 12 points of damage. Yeah, you smash the other one against Barnaby's pectorals, which are pretty rock hard. He doesn't actually take any damage from that, and it squidges and then turns to sand and falls down. Next up, beetles. The one on Barnaby is going to continue to dig in. It does 4 points of damage.
Damn.
It doesn't need to roll because it's already digging.
Ew.
The other ones, however, the one that attacked Jane last time is going to circle back around. Jane, make a dex check and acrobatics to dodge it.
Acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics,
Okay.
yep.
12.
That does manage to dodge it. Just. You just about move to the side as it flies past you and hits the wall. As they come up the stairs, though, 2 more are gonna attack Gabe, because Gabe is probably the closest to the stairs at this point. Although he...
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, he is... Oh, I said one to attack Gabe, one is gonna attack Barnaby. So if both of you can give me dex acrobatics checks.
Chad is starting to sing Beatles songs.
Ugh.
That's actually an 8 from you, Joshua, because it didn't add the 3.
Okay.
So the 10, and unfortunately both of you were hit by beetles. Instead of doing burrowing, they're going to just do their normal attack, so you take 4 points of damage each. As both of you get hit by beetles, one of them latches onto the back of your leg, Gabe, and starts cutting through into the flesh of your calf. The other one, attacking Barnaby, lands on the side of his bucket and crawls down onto his neck and starts digging away up towards his ear.
Ow!
And that brings us to Jane and Robert.
So are the majority coming from the stairs?
The stairs and the vent below and up the wall. There seem to be a lot of them coming, but only a few are here so far.
I'm gonna flamethrower the hell out of all of them if I can.
You can flamethrower one area, so you can flamethrower the stairs if you want.
Whichever one has the most beetles.
Okay. Stairs or probably vent. Probably vent then. So you
Alright,
leave
that's
what
good.
you're
If the
doing at
metal
door.
vents, then it'll just burn the beetles and not burn the whole place down, hopefully.
Probably. You leave what you're doing at the door and you head over to the balcony, kind of the edge of the railing. You look down at this vent that's starting to spew more and more beetles. You can make an attack roll, which I would just say roll a d10 and add your dex. And plus,
All right.
plus 5, because it's very hard to miss with a flamethrower like that.
Fair enough. Jeez, I needed it. 1 success. You know what? Because it's a cool moment, I'm going to use a drama point.
Okay, that's probably beneficial because otherwise they dodge. So with 5 successes and a 19, you flamethrower the hell out of this area. The makeshift flamethrower only does 3 damage, but it sets the enemy on fire. They take 3 damage per round, and you add your successes to the initial damage. So it does 8 points of damage, which is just enough to kill about a dozen of them as they start spewing from the vent. It's literally their health, so yes, you just managed to kill them.
Phew. I shout back, I think we need to get through the door.
Rain,
Or maybe there's just more of them over there, I don't know.
turning to sand just comes down.
You were doing that, Rob. Hurry up.
Which is good
Well,
because
I'm also the one holding the flamethrower.
Gimme.
so that the building doesn't catch fire.
Right, that brings us to Jane. I think you're at the same time as Rob, right?
Remember, they're not bugs, they're features. What are the walls made out of around the door? Because usually hotels focus on the security of the door, not the thickness of the walls.
This is very true. However, this seems to be a kind of secure apartment by a recluse who has reinforced the top floor kind of for this purpose of keeping themselves private. Your quick rap against the wall proves that it is very thick. It's not plasterboard.
Okay. Well, I will just attack the beetles that are up here, I guess.
Okay. There is two. There are actually 2 next to you right now that missed and on the wall, and they're turning around to try and push off again and attack you. So you make 2
So
attacks.
if I take 2 attacks, I still get a defense action,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just get a -2 on your attacks.
On both attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have 2 points on getting medieval, so I'm gonna get medieval.
Okay, so that would be.
Well, I'll get medieval with 1, and then I'll try and like side kick the other one against the wall.
Okay, in which case that will be
Stab
a
and whack.
D10 plus your dexterity plus your getting medieval -2, so it's just D10 plus your dex. And then the other one is D10 plus your dex plus your kung fu -2. Actually, a kick is another -1, so it's a -3 on the one with the kick.
Okay, but +2 because of my kung fu.
Yes, yeah.
So it's -1. All right, so 2 dex checks, 1 neutral, the other at -1.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Sorry, hang on. Let's do that. Okay, that was terrible.
A 6 for the slicey.
Wait, how did that come up as a 6?
A
Oh,
3
'cause
rolled plus a 3.
Yeah, sorry. And then this next one is at -1.
Yeah.
So whatever it says -1. 11.
However, you do just about manage to hit with your second attack. Your knife going into the wall a little bit before pinging off whatever is just under the surface of the plaster. The little beetle going. However, your kick against the other one, I think, what's your strength?
2.
2. Oh, actually. You got 3 successes. No, 2 successes.
2 successes.
Your kick damage is 2 plus strength. So that's yes, that is a. It does just about break and split under you before turning to sand and falling down. That brings us to Barnaby, who currently has 1 on him. No, 1 on him digging in, 1 on him climbing up under the bucket, and there's 1 on Gabe nearby.
Barnaby is getting frustrated with nerds, so it's just going to be like, let me help. and I can do 2 actions, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna try and pull off the piece of metal covering up the port to the thing.
Okay, so you're
so
gonna
that
brute
they
strength
can
it
get
rather than Mr. Fix It.
Yeah, so I can just get it out of the way, and then they can do their thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to like crush the one that's trying to suck my brains out.
Okay. So first of all, make me a strength plus strength check. It's just gonna be a D10 plus strength doubled.
Oh no,
If
that's
you screw
only
up at
plus
this,
10.
you will break it so they cannot enter the room.
How many successes did I need?
More than that, because this
Drama
is a...
point.
Okay, yeah, if you hadn't drama pointed that, you would have broken it so they wouldn't have been able to Mr. Fix It in, and then you'd be stuck. So with use of a drama point, you get 6 successes. You just push forwards past where Rob's kind of left things dangling, plugged in, and you just pull the metal back as it peels under your strength. And then you're going to try to attempt to attack the one on your neck. Okay.
Yes.
You're going to crush it.
Yeah, does it count as like grapple? Because it's got me grappled, or does it? I don't know.
Not
That's what I'm
quite.
thinking.
I would say... I'd call it effectively a punch. Because it's fairly easy
Okay.
to grab something that size and then crush. Sure.
Okay. God. That's two ones in a row.
Yeah, you go to grab it, and instead it skitters further up behind your head now under the bucket.
Not the bucket.
It's actually hard to get to it now. The bucket's helping it. Right. That brings
Now
us
it's
to the top
wearing
of
the bucket.
round. It is the bucket Jesus. Gabriel, you're up.
Okay, so I've got a bug on my calf.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to try to squish it against the wall,
Okay.
like with my leg.
Yeah, you can do that as a kick if you want then.
Yeah, because it's just like pressing my leg really hard against the wall to like crush it while it's trying to nibble on me.
Okay. So if you want to do that as a kick, you could, I guess, do that as like a slam tackle, which is sports. You don't really have sports. A takedown, you could do it as a takedown, but it'd be less damage. It's more like pushing it against the wall as opposed to like kicking it against the wall. It's up to you. One is easy to hit with, but does more damage, less damage. So
The one that's easier to hit.
okay, so that would be, I'd call that effectively a takedown. So strength plus kung fu.
Okay. 2 plus nothing. So just D10 plus 2.
Okay. As you go to try and squish it against the wall, it just climbs further up now behind your knee into that soft fleshy region and starts to... That makes the bug's turn. The one on your knee is going to... It's going to make a dig-in attack. You can make a dodge roll for this because it's going to try and dig in properly as it tries to relocate nearer your head.
Okay. So that's acrobatics.
Yeah,
Dexterity.
acrobatics. Yeah. That's a 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
It manages to climb up. You can swat it off, but no. It manages to dodge your hands, gets up nearer to your neck, and starts burrowing. You take 6 points of damage.
Ooh. That's not good.
Barnaby, the one burrowing into you, that's still on you, does 4 damage to you. The other one that's now up behind your bucket is going to attempt to start digging in as well. So if you can make a dex acrobatics check to try and stop it from doing so, it won't get knocked off because it's under the bucket, but you might be able to dislodge it enough that it won't be able to actually dig in.
Okay.
So dex acrobatics.
Here goes nothing with a new dice color.
Much better.
As it starts digging in, you can feel it going for the back of your skull, which suddenly you feel initial pain, and then suddenly that doesn't hurt so much anymore. You can still feel the slight pressure there. Oh, that's maybe why you didn't realize it could get in there before. It must have some sort of anesthetic quality. And you start, like, smacking the bucket to the side, ringing your ears, and you do feel it dislodge slightly and then scuttle around the back of your crown. It's still there, but it didn't manage to dig in, so you don't take any damage from that one. Jane, the one that you missed last turn, turns around and propels itself towards you. Make a dodge.
$15.
It just sails past you, and with that dodge roll, I'll say it sails past you over the banister and down.
Yay!
And 2 more join the fray. So, Rob, give me a dodge. This one goes for you.
Uh-oh. Well, that's
You
no
are
good.
hit. It propels itself forwards, just dodging out the way of your flamethrower, lands on your hand, this big black blob, chitinous carapace going, and it starts digging. Well, not digging, it's just going to attack you normally. You take 4 points of damage.
And I'm just like, ah!
Next one. Screw it. Next one's actually going to try. They don't know better at the moment. It dives forwards towards Jane, coming from above. Lands on the back of her head, but is stopped by a bucket. It starts digging against the bucket, and you can hear the sound of plastic peeling away. But none of them are able to do their main attack, which would normally be to instantly go for the head, so they're having to do a burrow first, which is why, because they're failing at it. But unfortunately, it does start to dig through your bucket. That brings us to Jane and Rob.
You want to go first, Rob?
Yeah, all right. What's the situation with the door?
The ports are exposed and can now be hacked.
Right, I'm going to hand the flamethrower. Well, for a moment, I'll hold out the flamethrower and see if anyone in particular wants to grab it.
Gabe! Gabe!
I hand it to Gabe.
Okay, that counts as an action, by the way, Robert.
Okay, and then... Damn it, there's a bug currently eating me. I want to deal with this and the door. I'm
I'll
gonna...
get the bug.
What?
I'll get the bug.
Okay, yeah, I'll go for the door then. I'll go and try
Okay.
and start hacking that again.
You run up to the door, you plug your laptop in. Speed hacking! Go. -2.
With
because
a
you have
bug
taken
on
them
my
out.
hand.
With a bug on your hand. It's just going up and down right now.
I'm trying to be particularly vigorous with that hand to try and shake it off as I'm typing.
You know what? I will allow that. If you want, you can take a -4 on the action, and you will both hack and get to try and take off at the same time. No, not -4, a -3.
I'll
because
focus-
-4 will be a second action.
Yeah, I'll just focus on the hacking. Let's
Okay.
try and do that. I feel like the door is the only way out of the situation. So it'll
Yeah.
be computer intelligence. Were there any? Oh, there was a -2 to it because of the
Second action, yeah.
there's 2 actions. So I'll do that.
Oh,
Damn it!
Oh,
drama
no.
point. Please spend
Drama
a
point. Drama point.
Okay, Drum
Not
gets
having
you
it.
5 successes.
I can't be seen to be so crap at hacking all of a sudden.
So with 5 successes, I will say with 5 successes does allow you to be like, you like type really, really quick, and it's trying to burrow further into your wrist, and it's trying to eat through there. And as you go to like enter the code, you smack the enter key so hard, the bug bounces and flies off the laptop, lands on the wall nearby, and goes.
It wants to do something. I'm like, oh.
You just got like
That
a
feels
smear on your
weird.
laptop screen now.
The door goes click.
So,
It's open.
so there's one. How long-ish would it take for the... Do I have like another round before it'll get through the bucket?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I want to, and I'm going to burn a drama point for this.
Okay.
I want to kick the one off of Robert's wrist. And
It's off now already, right?
It's
Is
off
it?
already. Yeah.
okay. Then I'll go with my original plan. I want to try to kick the bucket up off of Barnaby's head with the beetle in it and like I don't know. I want to get up under the bucket in some way and attack the beetle that's under there and remove
There
that.
is one on my chest.
There's also one on your chest. Okay, and there's one on the back of my bucket.
I think I have one too.
Just trying to remove as many obstacles as quickly
There
as
are
possible.
currently
I
4
am
bugs.
most
There is one
concerned-
inside Barnaby's bucket, there is one on your bucket, there is one burrowing
is
into
the one-
Barnaby's chest, and there's one going into Gabriel's neck, I think. Yeah.
Knee, I thought it was.
It
Unless it
It
moved
it
up.
moved up.
moved
Okay.
up.
I am most concerned with the one under Barnaby's bucket. So I
Okay.
want to basically dramatically get it out of there.
Okay. I mean, if you want to dramatically do it, and if you're willing to spell a drama point, because it probably will negate a lot of the... You could take your bucket off, and then slam your bucket against his bucket, and try and squish your bug on the bucket with his bucket with
Okay.
a bug inside it.
I will attempt to do that.
Okay. I would say that this would be
is like
a...
an 18+ stream now. Bucket on bucket action.
1 girl, 2 buckets. We'll call it just a normal punch attack, but there will be a minus of like 4. So there'll be a dexterity plus kung fu, or getting medieval, whichever you prefer, honestly, because it's a weapon.
They're both the same.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
minus
But
4.
-4, so -2 overall.
Yeah. And then if you roll well, you can use a drama point to boost that to make it a really good hit. But it will apply damage to both bugs.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll that, and then it's -2, which would be a 9, which
That-
is only 1 success.
Doesn't quite hit them though, but if you then
So-
drama point it,
Yeah, I will drama point it.
that brings it to 5 successes, which means that punch damage would, for you, because it's doubled strength, would be 4, plus the 5 successes, so that's 9 damage, -1 for the armor inside the bucket, that it's now benefiting from the armored bucket. It still does 8 damage, which is just enough to kill it. You slam your bucket off your head against Barnaby. Barnaby! You're knocked forwards a little bit. You don't take any damage, but you're kind of like, what the hell? And then you feel sand crawling down into the top of your collar.
Twirl the
it
bucket
gets
around,
everywhere.
put it back on my head.
Okay. If you want, by the way, you can use your movement to walk through the door now it's open.
No, but I would like to bang it open so that
Okay,
other
door.
people can get through and I can cover their retreat into doom.
Okay, Barnaby.
I am getting inside through the door.
Okay.
And you do
Quickly.
still have one on your chest.
Yes, I'm getting inside, squashing the one on my. Oh wait.
Buddy slammed the door open.
I was going to say, like, chest bump someone.
Yeah, I chest bumped the back of Gabe's head.
Buy me dinner first.
You just... Okay, so you go up to Gabe, you put your hands around his head, and you slam his head into your chest.
Getting 2 bugs at once.
You
Does
can
that-
do it if you want.
Oh. I was going to do something else, but yeah, let's try that.
Sure. We'll just treat it as 2 separate attacks, but 1 attack roll. So it'd be a -2 for 2 attacks, but it's 1 attack roll. And we'll call it... I guess it is a slam tackle, so strength plus sports, -2.
Wait. I can't find slam tackle on my sheet, so I'll just use strength sports and then -2.
Yeah. That's 16 after the -2?
Mm-hmm.
That is 4 successes. That does hit. So you go up to Gabe. Gabe's like, what? You grab his head. You spin around
What
a
are you
little bit,
doing?
and you slam him against your chest really hard. Your strength is, yeah, that's really high. Gabe, you feel sand trickle down your back. Barnaby, you feel like sand trickle out of a small hole in your chest. Oh, it's
Gross.
painful. But you are bug free.
Great. I'm gonna move on in to the now the door's open, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move in. Shall I do something stupid?
It's in character.
Yeah. Yes. you
I'm
should.
going to try and grab a bug, not kill it, but just try and take it with me.
Okay. That would have brought down that previous roll because it'd be an extra action. Normally you should declare those in advance, but that would you'd still hit. You'd still hit. You'd still do enough damage. So I will allow it on this occasion.
Sure?
Make a grapple attempt, I guess.
Grapple
So yeah,
is
that would be a
+4 for
strength
me.
plus sports because you can use sports to grapple.
Oh, if it's plus sports, the second one should be, instead of +1, that's +4. So an extra 3 on that.
Okay, but then there is a -4 because technically this is the third action this turn. So unfortunately, you don't beat the very fast-moving bugs that manage to just skitter around you as you try to grab one.
Okay.
Let's go on a draw and pointer.
Yes. Go on then.
Okay. You drama point it, getting like 5 successes. You just reach out, you grab a bug. As it tries to use its pincers at you, you just bend them back, break the pincers, and then you just walk through the door holding a bug that's just going...
Nice. Come on, everyone.
Come along.
I will say that since it's the end of the round, normally you'd have to wait in turn. I will say that because you've got the door open, everyone could just go through the door instantly.
I'd like to make an action while going through the
You
door.
can because you do go before the bugs, so I will allow you to make an action.
Okay. Is everyone else already through the door yet? Like if they started
If they
moving?
choose to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So because I have the flamethrower, I'm gonna do the like backpedaling flamethrower thing as we get in.
As you do that, you do notice that the bugs are hesitant to go into the flame, so they do keep a little bit of a distance. However, because some of the front ones are slowing down, ones at the back are catching up, you've got an almost 50% of the floor in front of you and 50% of the wall is black and gleaming, and you're just keeping them away, and then you slam the door closed, and you hear scuttling sounds as they crawl across the door.
What I wouldn't give for some explosives. Like, you
I
know, a
didn't bring
grenade
them.
or something.
And I start looking around and seeing if there's any other bugs in this room or what else there is in this room.
Gabriel looks at the chunk taken out of his leg and just goes, "Does anyone have a band-aid? Anything
Yes.
like that?"
I will do some quick doctoring.
Okay, so you can doctor one person, it will take like a minute or two, and anyone else who doesn't want to be doctored at the same time can look around. So if you want to roll a intelligence doctor who's looking around.
I will.
Okay, so Rob and Barnaby, you can make perception notice checks.
One success, really?
Yeah, Gabe, I'll say...
Literally one band-aid.
For now, short term, I will say you heal a hit point.
Yay!
Because normally that'll take like an entire like day of treatment. But I'll say for now, short term, because it's a pretty minor surface wound, you can have that. Barnaby, you don't see anything, and it is pretty dark in here, which is surprising considering this is the penthouse and it's got the computer control. You walk around, and then you just... You're like, I have no idea. There is a little bit of a fireplace. No fire in it in one place. It's got a big TV over the top, plush couch. You kind of just give up and you sit down. And your hand is on something. Rob, you look
Is
over.
it a beetle?
It's not. On the other hand, you've got a beetle still going... But Rob, you notice that he's just sat down next to a figure.
I'll say, Barnaby, look out! There's something there. Someone there?
You look next to you, and you realize that you didn't notice before for some reason. But there is a man in a velvet robe. He's kind of old. He's got white hair around the edges. But in the center, there's just a hole.
Oh no, more beetles! There's a guy with a hole in his head.
This looks like Julian Cranston.
It's the Richmond. He's...
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'd be in here. Is he alive?
No.
Well, it's hard to tell nowadays, caved in head or not.
Well, I think, judging by the last guy with the hole in his head, and he doesn't move or anything, right?
He's kind of slumps across you now. You poked him.
How big is the TV in the room?
It's like a 42-inch CRT that's set back into the wall. It's pretty big. It's pretty heavy.
Oh, okay. Barnaby turns it on to like get some light in the room.
Okay. It does have a physical on button as well. So yeah, you turn it on, and all you get is white noise. But there is a little bit of light in the room now. And you look around.
Light the fireplace too.
The fireplace, as you look at it now, seems to be mostly ornamental. It does appear to be a smaller display there for playing images of fire.
Light it anyway.
Yeah, I turn on the fireplace TV as well.
Yeah, it also appears to have a lift that is a very special lift that only can be used from the penthouse apartment. That does lead down to below. Got a number of stops, including the basement level, main floor, and a few other floors as well, including the restaurant floor. Rob, as you move around, though, you do notice that there are some rooms which are kind of not off limits, but they're not recreational, like, rooms, like not sleeping room, living room, etc. Because as you go up to them, you notice they have heavy fire doors, and they do appear to be server rooms.
I found it. It must be in here. I guess we can... I don't know what we can do in here. I'm not sure how those bugs work, really. I try getting into it, if it's openable.
Well,
you
we
open
hack us.
the door.
We'll squash them.
Locked. And as you go to open the door... No, leave me alone. I wish to see
I turned up and was like,
I need your facts. Your facts. Fill me.
Fax machine? Shouldn't you be using email? Open the door!
I can't. I'm not giving you a drama point for that. That was terrible, even by my standard.
what kind of facts would you like?
All of them.
That sounds problematic. What are you?
I am the Devourer. I am the Queen.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure. Let's open the
Sounds
door.
Promising. Great.
It's a fairly descriptive title.
Right, yeah, you can try to open the door, but it is locked. You can try hacking if you want. You do notice, by the way, that the computer outlets in here do have administrative privileges, which will give you a bonus to hacking from here, to do with the facility itself. You can also, of course, do some like computer research if you want on the fly, which will allow you to do some research if you choose to do so.
I'll probably just focus on the hacking.
Okay. I don't
know if there's much research we can do in the time that we have. I imagine the bugs are making their way through the door right now.
Well, Imogen is back at the boarding house and bored, so you can just email her to do a occult roll if you want.
Yeah, right, I'll try that. I'll just be like, just hold on a minute, I'm going to send a quick email.
And hope that she's sitting there in the computer lab.
Does she actually have like a computer that
Well,
she
she's
herself
got the
has
flute.
access to, or?
Yeah, no, she
It's
probably
like in the
does.
IT crowd where Moss emails the fire department.
Fire!
And-
Exclamation mark!
and
Fire!
excuse me.
Exclamation mark!
Could we maybe call her instead?
She doesn't have a phone.
No, there's actually a phone in the boarding house. Like, yeah, you could call if you wanted.
How good.
Yeah, right, I'll ring the boarding house and I'll just have like the phone on my... Wait, do I have a phone?
Yeah,
Is there a phone in here?
There
I
is
guess
a
there's
phone in
nice
here. However, when you pick it up, all you do here, unless you hack something, is...
It's a run up like, hold on a minute. Oh, for God's sake, put it down again.
Does
Forget
my
it, we'll
giant
just hack the
cell
thing.
phone have signal?
Pardon, your what signal? Laptop.
My giant cell phone.
Do you have a giant... How much is your wealth?
Why wouldn't I?
What is your wealth?
Middle class.
Do you have points in it?
Yeah.
Oh, how many points in resources do you have?
It's middle class, whatever that was. I think
Oh.
it was only 2, or it might have been.
I think it's
more.
the same as me, which is 2.
In which case, I think I ruled that you wouldn't have a phone, but you'd have a pager. For middle class is what I ruled, because you do have a laptop.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
Rob, are you going to hack to make a phone call or to send a email?
I'm gonna give up on that and just try hacking the building and working out what we can control.
Gabe is looking around the room because he lost his mop and the flamethrower is out of juice. He's going to look if there's anything else weapony around the room.
Okay. You can make a perception notice check. Rob, you have to make a hack check for every single action now because the computer will fight back. So you don't get to just make one hack check for what you can do. You have to pick something to do, like a specific task.
Right. I will... I'll turn to the others and say, do you think the thing is in there? But looking at the server room.
Yeah.
You heard his voice.
How well do you think it likes heat?
You know, normally I would say bugs we would use cold, but server room.
I mean,
Yeah.
we just destroyed them with the...
Let's cook it.
Yeah. They didn't like the fire from before.
All right. So yeah, I try hacking it to... I guess just turn the cooling systems off, and then if possible, I don't know if they would even fit a server room with heating systems.
They wouldn't. But you can hack to open the door if you want.
You can just turn off the cooling systems,
You can
right?
actually, there is a camera in there, so you can hack to look at a camera feed. You can turn off the cooling system if you wanted.
I was thinking cutting out the camera thing and just assuming it's in there and seeing as it's a hack for every action I want to do.
Alright, so which one are you going to do?
I'm going to try turning off the cooling system.
Okay. Make a hacking check, computer plus intelligence.
I want to start writing a quick virus that's going to cause it to start overtaxing itself
Okay.
to get it to generate more heat.
Okay. Rob, so you try and turn off the fans and stuff inside the server racks. As you attempt to do so, your computer starts to bug out. The screen goes... Unfortunately, whatever you try and do didn't work. And it looks like your computer might be starting to have some issues.
I go, oh, damn it, it's fighting back. I guess that means this is the right thing to do, though.
Jane, same again. So if you can do a hack as well.
17.
You do manage to come up with a pretty decent virus. You think that you could probably put it in the system and it would start to overheat it. It probably wouldn't overtax it to the point of failure, but it would start, a lot of the servers would automatically shut down and then reboot once they got to a reasonable temperature. So it would slow down everything in there a lot.
All right. Start.
Okay. And yeah, with that, you can put it into the system with that roll as well. There is an audible... starts from the other side of the door.
I'd rolled for perception earlier to see if there's something in the room.
0 successes.
I was gonna add a drama to that.
Oh, okay. With a drama point, that gets it to a 5 successes. You managed to find an ornamental sword above the fireplace.
Yes.
Which
That
you
yes
pull
was in
down.
character.
It is a very nice saber with an ornamental hilt, kind of in a basket case. Blade is still sharp. Over the speaker from inside the room now comes... Let me feed. I need your facts. Why do you slow down the inevitable? We caused one great loss of knowledge. Give me more.
Did I make the connection there?
It's up to you.
It's a pretty well-known thing that the Library of Alexandria burned down, and we literally heard about it earlier, so I'm going to be like, okay. I think this has something to do with the legacy of this particular building.
This place is brand new.
Yeah, but it was named after the Library of Alexandria.
And wow, there's
And they
ancient
brought
stuff in it.
They brought in a bunch of old statues from the library.
People should really stop doing that.
Yeah.
I want to try hacking it again or doing what Robert tried to do.
You wouldn't be able to do that for a little while because it's been attempted already. So you could probably make that test, but it'd be a while down the line.
Okay.
You could do a different test if you wanted.
Okay.
By the way, as you've done your first round of hacking together, you do notice that the system has completely changed its configuration. It looks like whatever is controlling the system is now going very much on the defensive. It's focusing on the server system and not on the peripherals. It's pretty much almost to the point of letting go of all the peripherals so that it can focus its defense on the server. For the purposes of this, it makes the server very hard to beat, but anything in terms of doors that have people locked in, windows, utilities, all of that is kind of, unless it's essential, effectively electricity, it's being left. Including camera feeds, so you can almost look at camera feeds.
Burn them all.
We're not going to let you destroy any more information. Information belongs to people. It should be shared freely, not destroyed. I'm thinking that that maybe the air conditioning is tied to the entire building. So we could potentially try to freeze the whole building, and it might overtax that system, which might make the server room systems fail. No, I'm gonna hack the power to the server room.
I just said the power is covered by something that they were protecting very much, because it's the only utility they care about.
Okay.
That is the one thing outside of the server they're protecting. Is it's called it's a central utility to them.
Right.
So effectively, you've got water is completely free, gas is completely free, ventilation is completely free, heating is completely free, cameras, windows, doors, lifts, all of that is fine.
Is there a sprinkler system in the room?
No, not in a server room. They'd have a gas system. They wouldn't have a sprinkler system.
Damn it.
It's a server room. They don't put sprinklers in there for a very good reason.
Yep. Yep.
You never know. There might be some in there that aren't actually operational, but maybe if you hacked them. I don't know what building regulations are like for that.
All right.
Could take another stab at.
Yeah, we can try and hack the door. Try and get into the door physically or whatnot.
You can attempt to hack the door if you want.
Seeing the bug in Barnaby's hand, put that in some Tupperware or something.
Yes, good idea.
Why do we even have that?
I can poke it.
For Imogen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's like...
He's saving it for his
Imogen.
girlfriend.
It might help James. He's not got any brains.
Barnaby, you realize that you've never said anything about Imogen to Jane.
How do you know who that is?
Who is? I'm busy. Don't bother me.
She does that a lot.
Is it always that creepy?
Up there.
Cool. I'm gonna find some Tupperware.
Do you guys
just
deal with
Barnaby
stuff
goes
like
and-
this often?
Oh.
Just another Sunday?
Not often, really.
Barnaby, you put it in some Tupperware. It tries to nibble through it. It doesn't.
Cool.
Its
Yeah, I'm
mandibles
just
are-
trying to find something that it won't nibble through.
Yeah. As you start doing your second round of hacking, you do get to view all the camera feeds and stuff now. And you notice that the bugs are mostly now congregating towards the top of the building. It looks like pretty much every bug in the building, you see droves of them around the place, all headed upwards.
Well,
Is the lift to the penthouse clear?
The lift car itself is. The access way is not, but the lift is fine because they're not taking the lift, they're just going straight up the walls.
right. So we should do everything we can to cut them off from the lower levels as best we can. Keep them up here.
Okay, yeah, you could. A lot of them are taking ventilation ways, etc. So you could shut down the ventilation, well, lower the temperature if that might affect the bugs. You don't know if temperature affects them.
I'm gonna try and do a combination of raising the temperature in some portions and lowering it in others to see which way the bugs go.
Okay. I will say, for the purpose of this, because both of you are really good hackers, and they've very much given up the defense of the peripherals, that yes, you do get to do that. You notice very quickly that cold temperatures the bugs do not like. They move very much slower. Hot, they don't care about.
Well, now we know.
That answers that question.
I guess
And
if we
so
can, if
I
the
will definitely crank the AC on all of the lower levels, just
Okay.
to make sure that they keep coming up instead of down.
You do notice that there are a few doors opening now on low levels as people have managed to overcome their doors and pry them open, and some people are starting to make their way out into the corridors curiously.
Hopefully they don't have any bugs on them.
Not that you can see in the camera feed, though. But...
Yeah.
Gotta make
maybe
sure.
if the cooling system's good enough, then maybe that's the better way to go in the server room.
I think so, but we still don't have control over the AC in the server room.
Well, you're telling all the bugs to come up here, so you guys should figure that out fast. Thanks.
Yes, well, I'm trying to contain the problem.
But we're in the contained area.
I'll take another stab at trying to hack into the cooling system.
Thank
If
you.
is it still possible? Can I make another attempt? It's just maybe harder.
You can, but I will say that you'd have to be up here for at least 15 minutes by the stage if you were going to do that. So you'll be pushing the time to make another attempt at it. It's up to you. You can.
I'm gonna
What was that?
try and see if there's like a way I can open the door physically.
It is a tough door, but you could possibly attempt to just keep smashing it down. Eventually, it might give way. By the way,
Okay.
you notice on the camera feeds now that people are starting to wander around, and some of them are going down, and some of them are going up. People are starting to be very confused.
Well, we try and shut down all methods of going too far up.
Okay.
Does that make, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if the bugs are all on the top 2 floors, then those top 2 floors are as inaccessible as we can make them.
Yeah, by this stage, all the bugs are pretty much on the top 2 floors, which aren't hotel rooms anyway. They're mostly off limits, etc. at the moment. Although you do notice that a couple of staff are taking the stairway up to see what's going on, since they have no access to the controls.
Is there much left of the flamethrower makeshift thing that I made? Or is that just completely used up?
I'd say there's one use left. You did use a lot to keep the bugs away.
If we open the door and chuck that in, that might do it.
Can I get a map of the electrical system of the building?
Yeah, you can. Again, they've given up control of a lot of the stuff there, so yeah, you get access to the map. There is 2 feeds up to the control room, one of which goes up a central beam, effectively a support pillar. The other one goes up effectively out and then down the side of the building. There's also a small backup battery in there, which will probably last for about an hour. You also get like a full, effectively because it's required on the fire plan, it has a full list of that.
Are they both on the same breakers?
No, very specifically, no. They are on very separate circuits because of the system there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say for the purpose of this, you do have access to exactly what all the water mains, electric mains, gas mains, fire stuff, sprinklers in lower levels, fire alarms, burglar alarms, all that.
Just looking for any sort of. I mean, let's definitely trip the alarms to start flushing people out.
Okay. In which case, yeah, make me a hacking roll for this. It will just be one success needed because all you need to do is make sure you pass. Rob,
Okay.
you can also do that, and it'll be added together.
All right.
I don't think you'll. No.
And can I smash
Both
a
of you
door?
quite easily. The fire alarms start going off, and you notice on the cameras, everyone is starting to now flood outside.
So yeah, I definitely think Barnaby should start trying to physically, bodily open the door.
Okay.
Do we have a camera view of the server room?
You do. Do you want to put it up?
With a great big thematic
Yeah,
display.
I'll take a look at that. Yeah.
Has the
Okay. I'll say that because of your last roll, I'll keep that because it's a very good roll. On the main display in the room, the big CRTV, you see a few racks of servers, and in the center, one very large, probably beach ball shaped bug. But it's very hard to see it because there is a rolling mass, almost a sea of black chitinous carapace bugs as they swarm around. They very much seem to be focusing on the server racks. Looks like they want something out of them.
Oh
Right.
god, there's a lot of them in there.
That's not
So I
good.
should bash it down?
no.
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 I will stab you.
Just an idea.
There's got to be probably at least 200 in there, and then there's probably got to be at least 80, maybe 100 outside the contained area you now have trying to find their ways in. You can see them on the glass, trying to go across the windows, finding ways in through windows that you quickly shut. The door outside is just constant scrabbling sounds.
I could maybe try and cut power to the entire building, but that wouldn't actually kill them, I don't think.
I don't either.
Can we just set everything on fire? Or I don't know.
That... Barnaby,
Are there any
make,
vents going into the server room?
make a perception notice check. And Robert, there are a few, but they don't connect to the main ventilation system because very specifically it's meant to keep hot air out of the system, so it just goes straight to the roof.
You say perception notice.
Yeah.
Could the flamethrower thing be thrown in through one of those vents?
Maybe. Probably wouldn't kill all 200. You'd probably take the servers out. You'd kill a few of them, but there's a lot of them there. Barnaby, if you want fire, you do notice that there is a gas main up here.
There's a gas main. Just we've got the torch, the flamethrower. Let's just torch them all.
Yeah, but how are we going to get the gas into that room and not blow ourselves up?
Yeah, being surrounded by bugs, I don't like the solution of blowing ourselves to
Not
pieces.
blowing, flaming.
You do have
Okay, burning to
the
death is
executive
much better.
lift if you want to get out.
Yeah, I'll say if we set something on a timer and get the hell out of here.
Lots of fire.
Do we
I
know how to
literally
make that?
just out of character realized that the Alexandria place just got set on fire, and that's how it burned down. I literally.
How did you think the ancient Greeks managed to contain the last outbreak of these bugs?
Don't worry, Barnaby's too stupid, so none of you all know that.
You know, just be like, we could just blow up the whole top floor, as long as we're gone.
Just set
No one
us
else is
all
already
on
leaving.
fire. That's all we need. Open the gas
Can we be
mains.
sure we contain it, though?
Well, you shut everything. They're all up here, right?
They're
And
up here.
surprisingly, the building is relatively well armored because it's got shutters and stuff that's meant to withstand, like, a minor terrorist attack or something. Would contain a lot of the explosion.
Yeah, I'm worried about the server room, it not breaking through to the server room strongly enough.
If you flood enough gas up here, make a intelligence plus. You can choose mix to fix it, science, knowledge.
I don't have any of those.
Okay, an intelligence check.
13.
You think it would probably blow up everything in here? Flooding the entire area of gas would probably work, especially if you manage to open the door at the same time and then run.
Go, nerds, do it! I believe in you.
Yeah, you guys, this is your
Well,
wheelhouse.
It seems like we could make it work.
Let's try turning on. No, because if we.
At this point, Gabriel, Barnaby, you notice 2 little black bugs crawling towards you. Very
oh,
unhappy.
hell no. No.
I don't think we have much choice.
Hit it.
Yeah, I don't think we've got time for a better plan.
Make
Yeah.
a getting medieval attack.
Getting medieval.
Dex plus
So
getting
what is-
medieval.
Dex plus getting medieval.
Yeah. Barnaby, do you want to attack the other one?
Yeah, I'll punch it.
Okay. That is a
14.
hit. So a sword does a lot of damage. So yeah, you just completely obliterate the one with your sword, just hacking down at it. Barnaby, you do just hit yours. And I know
10
your
damage per
punches.
punch.
Yeah, you sand.
That's for trying to get into my brain. It's mine.
What little there is of it. Okay, Jane, Rob, what are you doing?
I know it would be difficult to break a large enough hole in the wall for us to get through, but what about a small hole that we could stick a hose into? So we can just pump the gas directly in there.
You could do
We
so.
have a hose?
It wouldn't take account of the other 1,800 bugs that are surrounding the top floor, though. You could do that,
no, that's
maybe.
good. All right.
Maybe we should just blow up the whole
Let's
top
just-
floor.
Yeah, we've got to
Can
just
I make
blow up the whole top
something-
floor. Let's do it.
Can I make something that'll spark on a timer?
Make a Mr. Fix-It roll.
All right.
We could do that easily enough.
1 success is all you need. Effectively, you go over to the toaster.
Yeah.
You then get a magazine
Oh
nearby.
yeah, kitchen.
You put said magazine on top of toaster.
And is the gas mains
I
a
was gonna go
physical, like, turning
Alright.
thing?
Well, you do notice that there is effectively a plasterboard wall over what is on the plans that Jane and Rob got where one of the gas mains is. And you can just remove the plasterboard quite easily with your hand. Oh, well, you could just rupture the gas main. You could beat it with something.
Give me the sword, Gabe.
Fine.
Would you do it then?
You're stronger. Do it.
Robert and I'll start prepping the elevator, make sure it's,
Okay.
the executive elevator is
So if
up
one of
ready
you wants to
for
do
it.
the elevator, and the other one, you could access the gas mains and you could overpressurize it if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
Alright.
given the sword to Barnaby.
Barnaby,
I
make
need
a getting
guessing
medieval.
I plus Dex.
Yes.
Do you have getting medieval, Gabe?
I do.
You do it then.
Oh my
you
god.
hand Barnaby the sword, and he's like, actually,
Hurry up!
And I'll
Alrighty.
access the gas main and repair that.
And then there's
I get a 10.
1 success is all you need to hit a stationary object, and a gas main is not made of metal. People in chat are like, wait, a gas main is made of metal? No, you very specifically make gas... Wait. The gas mains are made of copper because it's conductive and it conducts electricity away from... Yes, they're made of copper by legal legislation. So yeah, you do manage to smash it a few times. What's its strength? 2?
2.
It'll take a few hits. Make another roll. Anna, were you doing the gas main or were you doing the lift?
the lift.
Okay, the lift is definitely coming. There's a lot of successes.
I got a 13 as well.
The second time around,
I'll need
you
2.
smash, and there's a... The sound of gas fills the apartment.
That's not terrifying at all.
Bob, You manage to overpressurize the gas main and open effectively everything you can. All the cookers, all the heating elements, all activate without a spark. And you can hear a shh entering the floor. Including, do you want to do the 2 floors below as well?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess so. How many floors
There's
are there
nobody
in this
there,
building?
right?
At this point, 4 more bugs enter the room.
How many floors are there?
20. You're on the 20th.
Barnaby ushers everyone very calmly to the exit.
I will set the toaster.
Okay.
I keep a close
Barnaby
eye
makes
on
sure
the
to take his
bugs,
bug
kind of
in.
just not attacking any of the bugs, but like keeping the sword extended outwards so I can easily.
Okay, one of them comes to fly at you. You're going to be able to make an attack because you've got the reach of the sword. Make an attack against the one that flies at you.
Yep.
This is for the toaster.
I'll grab the flamethrower thing and
hit
put
it
it at the door to the server room just to help with extra explosionness, and then run for the lift.
Okay.
Extra bada boom.
Gabe, you hit the first one that comes at you and you cleave it clean in two. The other 3, however, one of them jumps at Barnaby, one of them jumps at you again, and one of them jumps at Jane.
After the lift, I was going to assist in
Sure.
slaying bugs, squashing bugs.
So if everyone can give me initiative rolls, just let me know if you got greater than or less than 10.
You know what? I'm gonna spend
Less than.
a drama point, so I got more than 10.
I got less than 10.
I got 10.
Okay, player, so you can go first. So who got less than 10?
Me.
Okay, so Jane, Barnaby, 2 bugs are moving towards you. What do you do?
Attack
Squish
them.
it.
Go for it. What are you attacking with? Are you punching? You hitting? You stabbing?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah, there's just 2 between the 2 of us?
The 2 between the 2 of you. There's one also going for Gabe.
I'm gonna roll
And
punch.
as you can hear this, you can hear the sound of what appears to be wood and metal parting near the direction of where you came in.
I say we all hit one and make it for that door. We gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm running for the lift, I'm just like, deal with them in the lift, to like about any that are on
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Barnaby,
I rolled
you
my...
hit yours. I know
Nice.
for your strength it's enough. You, again, punch and turns to sand. Anna, that is a hit.
I do very dramatic kind of like stab and kneel motion. Squish one. Get to the lift.
Stab it into the ground, and it twitches a little bit and then turns to sand. Okay, you run to the lift. You press the button. The lift, having been unlocked previously and already effectively got up towards the top floors, goes ding, ding. The doors part in what seems to be an eternity.
Is it full of bugs?
There are 4 bugs that have managed to enter through the skylight through a very small hole they have managed to eat. But only 4, because the lift wasn't really a primary concern. However, behind you, you notice a sheet of black slowly moving forwards from the direction of the door in which you entered. You quickly move into the lift, or are you going to stay?
Into the lift. Into
Straight in the
lift.
lift. 4 is
Tupperware
better
and
than a
lift.
million.
Okay,
Lift.
that's the first bit of the toaster, because there's 2 for the toaster. You enter the lift. Okay. You
Down,
press the
down,
button.
down, 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 down.
Okay, Rob's doing the action to press the button. Ding, 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 ding. The doors do start closing. Okay, right. The bugs inside. I need Jane, Barnaby, Gabriel, and Robert all to make defense checks. So make an acrobatics check to dodge. No, no, no.
8. Oh, God.
Yes. So Jane dodges out the way successfully as one of the bugs tries to make an attempt and this lands on the floor next to her. However, Gabe, Barnaby, and Robert... Gabe, Robert, both of your bugs, because they were coming from above, land on the top of your buckets and start trying to eat through them. The annoying buckets were removing my ability to eat your brain. However, the last one attacking Barnaby instead makes just a dash for his face and starts trying to chew, just doing a normal 4 points of damage rather than the actual dig-in attack.
Okay. Ow.
Okay. The rolling tide moves towards you as the doors ding close just in front of them. You can all make your round of attacks now.
Right, I'm gonna try taking the bucket off and smashing it into a wall.
Okay, I would call that probably like a takedown or something, but with in medieval. So strength plus getting medieval.
All right. That's gonna be a whole 1. I fail.
Nope. Who else is making attacks?
I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
You have about 30 seconds, just FYI.
Okay. So getting medieval and what?
Plus strength.
Okay. So it's 5.
The lift is going down either way now, right?
Slowly, yeah.
I got 11.
That is just enough. You manage to take yours off and whack it against a wall, and it goes turns to sand.
I'm gonna punch it. Wait, myself in the face? Whatever. Just gonna crush it with my hand. If that
Barnaby looks
works.
down at his fist, tries to punch himself in the face, and hits himself, but misses the bug. Barnaby, you take 1 point of damage from your failed and aborted punch as you hit yourself in the nose. And with that,
I didn't act on my turn yet.
unfortunately, you will get to, but something happens before then.
Yeah.
The lift does manage to go down about halfway, before there is a sound of an almighty explosion. Ripples outwards. The lift jerks and slams down. Anyone who has a bug on them, the bug is dislodged by that impact. However, you are all knocked prone and you take 2 points of damage as you impact against the floor and the walls, sprawled across. The lift then starts to plummet slightly and catches itself yet again. I need you to make your attack then, since you still are attached to Jane.
I had wanted to try to hack the elevator to make it go faster.
Oh,
But
okay.
obviously didn't have time, so I will make a couple of attacks to get rid of some of these bugs.
Sure. Do you want to whack them with your laptop?
No, I
Okay.
value that too much. I will try and whack them with my knife.
Okay. Knife attack. Go for it. Yeah, okay, go knife for it.
So I think I've been using the wrong button previously, and now I'm trying to find the right button, and it doesn't have any numbers by it.
It should be Dex plus getting medieval.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do with that. Come on. There you go. Okay. Oof, just one success.
Unfortunately, you stab, and you sadly miss the one on the wall, impacting against the side and pinging off. That brings us to... Everyone else has acted, right? The bug's turn. So one bug was killed. There are still 3 bugs, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
As people have fallen to the ground, your buckets are slightly dislodged. I'm going to make attempts to attack you. You can all roll to dodge. So everyone but Barnaby in this instance.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You're the least intelligent, so...
Yeah, I did it.
Hey.
I got 11, so barely-ish, maybe.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you dodge. Jane quite easily dodges. However, Rob, knocked to the ground, you pick yourself up and then notice, wait, the buckets come off your head. And there's a thump. And then a sharp pain and then, oh, that's a cold sensation, that's fine. Rob, your intelligence
I'm
drops by
still
1
like,
point.
it's on me, it's on me. What was that?
Your intelligence drops by 1 point.
No. Not permanent, is it?
Find out. It wasn't for Barnaby, put it that way. Right, you can make your run of attacks.
I'm just like, get it off, get it off, get it off, and slapping myself in the back of the head.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap in the back of the head as well.
Barnaby slaps Robert in the back of the head. Okay.
It just counts as a punch, right?
Yep.
Damn it.
No. Rob, you take 1 point of damage as you're whacked in the back of the head by Barnaby.
I try to whack Rob in the back of the head.
Everyone gets a turn.
So
This
this
I
is...
will
like,
lose a point
"Oi!
of intelligence.
Oi! Okay, go for it.
Well, after Barnaby, I'm like, how did you miss? They're huge.
It'll be bigger if it gets in your brain.
Oh wait, I still have the sword. Do I try to... No.
Accidental decapitation. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna try to like elbow in the back of the head on like so I don't accidentally stab him if this messes up.
Sure, I'd call an elbow more akin to a kick, so you'll get a plus to damage, but you'll take a -1 to hit.
Okay. So what do I roll again?
So it would be a Kung Fu plus Dex -1.
So 2. Okay. Oh. That's
Rob,
a 6.
you take 2 points of damage from an elbow to the back of the head as you're knocked sprawling
It's like,
forwards
you're serious?
into Jane as you're all kind of flumped on the floor together in a sprawling mess. Jane.
I already got up.
Oh, Jane already got up. Yeah, Jane, what would you like to do?
Kill the other two.
Okay, sure. You're making knife attacks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Use
so
the
minus
bugs,
minus
right?
2 because you're doing 2 attacks. So
Yeah.
go for it.
I think let's do this again. Yeah. Make sure that calculates right. Yeah. Okay. So that's
That
one.
is a hit. The first one you skewer.
And the second one? It's only one.
Unfortunately, you miss the second one, but the first one is skewered and then turns to sand. Right. That brings us to the bugs. One of the bugs is going to attempt to attack Jane on the back of the head. Make me an acrobatics dodge.
Oof.
Yes! One of them lands on the back of your head, Jane. Dunk. And then suddenly a cold sensation creeps down the back of your head and neck. You lose a point of intelligence. Pardon me. Also, Rob, you lose another point of intelligence.
Oh, God.
Okay. Everyone else's turn. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and pull the thing off.
Okay. Of course, a grapple.
All right.
It will take a negative to its grapple because it's kind of in a fixed position. Not even one success.
Are you
so-
serious?
Uh,
I'm going to
no.
draw a point it before I get brain damage.
Okay. You
But
drop
enough of
point
this.
it. Right, excellent.
5 successes.
You do grab it. You do manage to remove it from your skull, but it has been busy doing stuff with your skull, and in doing so, there is that part of your hair and a little bit of flesh comes away in its mandibles as it's still trying to nom 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 nom. You take 6 points of damage because it's slashing.
All right.
And in addition, you now have a beetle of some kind grappled in your hand.
Right.
Just so you know, if you headbutt it, it doesn't get a defense while it's grappled. Maybe that's what it wants. I don't know.
I don't know if that would be the best thing with a brain-eating beetle. It's definitely not how Robert would respond.
Gabriel, Barnaby, Jane, what do you want to do?
I'm going to attempt to...
While he's deciding.
I'm going to attempt to slice at the beetle on the back of Jane's head.
Help Rob. Help Rob.
Yes, do it! Do
Like,
it!
I very pointedly say, help Rob.
Getting medieval plus
I'm slicing against my own neck.
Dexterity.
Oh, God.
Okay. This can't go that badly, can it? Oh, Jesus.
Can I dodge?
I'm gonna drama point.
I would say that you'd have to dodge. You'd have to choose to do that before the action because it's a friendly attack. But because he drama points it, that's 5 rolls of success. There is a shearing sound as your ponytail is cleft from your head, along with half a bug. The other half stops moving and then just turns to sand, as that does a huge amount of damage to it. But some very lovely, sleek black hair floats to the ground and falls silently there, with a sound of parting silk.
Oh, she's gonna get you for that one.
Sorry.
I will then take. There's only one left, and it's on Rob, right?
It's in my hand. I have it grappled, essentially.
Okay, and that's the only one left that
I
we're
will
aware
say,
of.
because there's one left and you do have it grappled, how would you all like to murder it?
I want to see Barnaby take Rob's hand and headbutt it.
Very gently. Yes. Yes. Okay. It doesn't get a defense action.
Barnaby
Gets an action before I do, so whatever he wants to
gently
do with
picks
it.
up Rob's hand as the beetle, and you just cup his hands carefully in your huge mitts. You size it up. You go, whoa, 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 douche, and then sand trickles down your forehead in front of you.
You're welcome. And then he releases very gently Robert's hands.
I guess that worked. Right, let's get out of this thing.
Yeah, it did.
I'm gonna try and I'm
Lift
gonna
music
see if I
starts
can hack the doors open.
No, there is definitely no central computer system anymore. But lift music starts playing.
Where do they store the MP3 files then?
The lift.
What? Lifts have their own...
I actually wanted to see if I could hack into the wherever they kept track of the attendance and remove myself from it, but I don't know if that was part of the central.
That was definitely on the server.
Okay.
The server is not.
I think it is
anymore.
removed,
But
I think we're good.
But I guess that's what I'll end up spending my time making sure of as we
So-
wait for the elevator in silence.
We should probably try opening the doors. I'm not sure if
Yeah, it's not
we
moving.
still have any cables holding this thing up.
You do not.
I look to to Barnaby because it's like
So overall, I'd say this wasn't the best quiz thing I've been to.
It does.
I mean,
seem to-
they allowed sports questions. What's up with that?
Gabriel gets a drum point.
We didn't finish it, so you didn't win. Okay?
We won the half that got finished.
And then there was another half where we would have won. So
You wouldn't have won. Would have been called off.
behind them. I'm trying without any success to open the lift door.
I think that is an excellent place to properly call it then, as you are stuck in a lift arguing about who won a quiz that got exploded and didn't finish. A short time later, firemen do open the lift for you and help you escape. And it is written up in the news the next day as a freak gas explosion in a new build, which was outside health and safety regs, etc. And it's terrible, and that just important celebrities died in the blast. Both Bruce Periwinkle and Julian Cranston, unfortunately, did perish in the explosion.
so sad. I loved him on that Gunging program.
I got his autograph. It's going to be worth so much.
And his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does eBay
Barnaby
exist
attempts
yet?
to exchange numbers with Jane.
She gives you a number, I think. By that look.
Yeah, she does. She gets an A number.
9.
Yeah.
Since you didn't get to find out, those were. Let me just look at my notes. Amit
They were
Scarabs.
features. No, they were features.
Yeah, features.
We got that. They were features.
Which-
Features of the building.
which had gone into hibernation after the attempt to purge them from the Library of Alexandria and hidden inside one of the statues, which they'd of course brought to this build and then become awake again. They start eating facts out of people's brains, and once they're done with the facts, they then eat the brains. However, when one of them had found the server room, it went, oh, the internet, and was eating facts from the internet. So mysteriously, some message boards that were around in 1997 are now no longer in canon because they were eaten.
That should be most 90s message boards, though, to be honest, shouldn't it?
It's a better universe for it, to be honest. We should end on elevator music more often. I enjoyed that.
That's nice.
Elevator music.
Right, so with that, we've got a few things to do for wrapping up. First time I got to use the time turner as well. I'm happy. Right, so if you have enjoyed, do go check out our Patreon, etc. We will be back next Sunday, and then the Friday after that with our new show, the Star Trek one, which will be really interesting. You can go check out Patreon. We're doing a load of changes. We do have a link to be able to, you know, give you feedback on what's happening, and, you know, you can tell us feedback on what you think of the new changes, etc. Do check that out. What else is there? There are other things.
Are we gonna get a preview for the next episode?
Oh, preview for the next episode. That comes to come last. That comes very last. But there is a preview for the next episode. So we'll do people and then tip readouts. So, guess first, Anna, where can we find you?
You can find me at Anna Geeks here on Twitch, or over on Twitch, depending on where you're watching this. I am a variety broadcaster, and I'm also the CEO and chair of a new nonprofit online broadcasting studio called Geek Space TV, where we do all sorts of awesome shows, like just the one right now, really, where we play Exalted. But soon, Lauren, Random Tuesday, who is on this very show normally, will be GMing a show for us as well. So, good stuff.
Okay. Joshua, where can we find you?
You can find me on both YouTube and Twitch at Really Freaking Clever. No G on the end of freaking. I do video game comedy stuff. I just put up a video making fun of Wind Waker. Check it out. Ooh.
Oh, that's not going to make the internet angry at all.
Oh, they love it. I love that game. Just disclaimer.
You know, apart from when your sword breaks halfway through.
Yeah. Someone forgot to charge it.
Josh.
I am Gaming FTL on all things YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, I think. And I do indie games and funny Let's Plays on there. And if you stay tuned, you'll find out what secret projects I'm working on.
Ooh. Bentham.
Yes, I am Bentham, and on YouTube I am Mangleport Gaming because I'm bad at branding, and I play indie games usually in the sort of sandboxy, buildy variety like Factorio and Cosmoteer. That's what I'm doing at the moment. And what about you, EE?
Oh, thank you very much for asking, Bentham. I'm Enter Elysium. You can catch me over at twitch.tv/Enter Elysium. I might actually stream after this stream, depending on if I feel like I can survive for another couple of hours without sleep. I'm mostly playing XCOM 2 at the moment. I'm doing the same over at youtube.com/Enter Elysium, in addition to playing a little bit of Rise of Industry. Lots of XCOM 2, though. Lots of XCOM 2. So, what do we have today in terms of tips? We had no tips tonight, so no tip messages to read out, which brings us on to a load of social media stuff and then what happens next time. Social media stuff, go check us out at twitter.com/Roll4It, at facebook.com/Roll4It, r/Roll4It on Reddit. There's a wiki here as well, which I think is linked in the Discord, and also a few other places where you can add information about all the characters and so on, and read up information that you've missed or episodes you missed. Also, if you're a member of the Twitch, you will be soon getting Discord access along with a load of changes coming in, so we can add you to the Discord servers. That'll be coming in a month's
Give us
time.
feedback on the Patreon post.
Give us feedback on the Patreon
It is
post.
public, everyone can read it.
Everyone can read it, and you can comment. You can go to like Twitter, or if you want, you can comment in the Discord. We're very active in the Discord, so come join us out in the Discord. I know like Anna and Joshua popped in the Discord occasionally. It's been lots of good fun. So go check all those out. And next time, the club in town has mostly been closed for renovation until recently, and having made some plans, Layla and Imogen managed to persuade Barnaby and Robert to actually go out to the club with some fake IDs. Having done so, they enjoy a night out of partying, of underage drinking, which is a terrible thing. Don't do that. We can't condone that. And then manage to find, shortly thereafter, themselves, unfortunately, in a town surrounded with vampire gangs that have suddenly taken domination of it for themselves. For some reason, they have decided and have been able to take over the entire town without any issue whatsoever. And everyone is a meal. I can't reveal any more, because if I reveal any more, it might give the game away too early in the next plot, so I have to go with a bit more of a cryptic suggestion this time around. But that's next week's plot. So do keep an eye out for our new show starting on Fridays on the 15th, and of course our normal show next week. Go check out our guests, because they're amazing. You should go check out their channels. All their channels in case of Anna, because you run many. But until next time, may the dice roll ever in your favor.